do that for Jesus. Galactic scientist said, man, it took me years to find a real nigga on this bitch. On fucking BTR. So, you know you amongst real niggas when we got this sound bite right here shouting.
That's right.
God damn it. Well, welcome home, Galactic Scientist. It's an honor and pleasure to meet our brother, our long lost brother that's trying to find us and shit. What you got, Neff, man? We actually was, well, when you, I'll call your name 1,000 times. I just want to tell you that. But we're done with the count 3. So we decided, Fireline and myself and Nubi and whoever else.
Just because you're the baddest bitch in the L zone, you might just
to just pull out our favorite parts and count 3. We'll just go over.
I do a cool tackle that's why I don't think I love alcohol. I need to see I should shell alcohol. Rock cool I should is to see me. I need to look and shell alcohol. Why alcohol is to look and shell me. I need a wahed my alcohol. Why alcohol is to wahed my me. Any akilu and jihu kama farugan shell el kolon. Waku kama farugan. Any akilu akwenu ko dik ani akilu fi el kolon. Kama kafiza izu fia amadu fi el kolon. Ania kabaha wakud el kolon izu ania. El kolon yakilu any akilu. El kolon yatnalu any amilu.
I was just listening to a guy who said that he was visited by what he said was the archangel Gabriel, and then he described the angel as a she. He said she.
What guy said that?
This guy named Gano Grills. He's a...
Okay. If Rihanna says this, I'm sorry, Princess Empress says, if I remember hearing correctly, I overheard you saying they were genderless at one point. I thought differently before I heard you mention that. I read that they were all made previously. Yeah, but on the realm of Malakut, that's on this side, honey. You know what I'm saying? Malakut, yeah, they're all, but it just goes to show that they are male and female on the plane of Malakut. You know what I'm saying? On them planes, they are male and female. Prior to hydrogen and all of that, and all the different planes, such as the material plane, the plane of force, the spiritual plane, and the plane of Malakut, and all the other 7 planes, the doorway, the hell, before that is when you get to ether. Etherians, there are no gender, but when they get to this side, right, from ether, when they get to this side, they take on an atomic mass and in a matter form. That's why it was explained to us that the beings on Malakut is as physical as you are. So to say as physical as you are is to know that they are male and female. But Etherians, you know what I'm saying? Etherians, they personify in male and female form on this side of hydrogen. Once they come from this, once they get from the other side of hydrogen onto this side of hydrogen, they personify as solid. If that helps. Okay, back to the whole Gabriel shit. Okay, and he described Gabriel as a she. Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah, so and that was that. You know, nobody got into it. He just kept rolling, you know, with what he was saying, and you know, it didn't have no adverse effect on me, but a couple of other people, you know, of course, they're like, man, Gabriel's masculine, and I'm like, why don't you just ask the brother what he means by that? Why don't you ask?
Well, no, it's quite simple what he means by that, because even the Caucasian showed you that the angel Gabriel in Constantine was a female. Yes or no?
Okay, I didn't see that. Okay, cool.
Well, anybody seen Constantine? That angel Gabriel was a female. Now, the only thing that slipped people up is that people don't understand that seats changes depending on who is initiated, who's been tested and tried and proven worthy to take that seat. Gabriel is simply a title and a seat. You know what I'm saying? All the so-called angels, those are not their fucking real names. You know what I'm saying? Like the Gabriel that you know, the real name is Nusku, and Nusku was after the order of Zodok and was initiated in the order of Gabriel, and Nusku is the one that took the seat of Gabriel. That's why you'll find in the Holy Tablets, he'll say Nusku, who is the angel Gabriel. That Nusku took the seat of that angelic being as Gabriel. Okay, the same way we know you as Atun, but if once you initiated into the order of Zodok and tested and tried, and you take one of the seats, and you know what I'm saying, as let's say Matarun, and so now we will just be like Atun, who is Matarun. You know what I'm saying? But these seats and these the 20, I don't know why they think that the same angelic being holds this seat for eternity, and that's not it. The seats changes. You know what I'm saying? That's why you'll also find that each Anunnaki or Elohim is assigned to a human being. You know what I'm saying? Once the 24 elders, take the seat. Once they all, like all 24, they are assigned to a human being to raise them up, test them, and try them, and prove them worthy to take the next seat, to take their seat. It's called successorship, caliphate.
That's it.
Yeah, so it wouldn't surprise me that the angelic being that occupies the seat of Gabriel now is a woman or a female that took the seat of Gabriel and took the title and the seat and the position as the angelic being Gabriel.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me at all.
My response was, well, that's who he said he saw. Then that I'm going with what he said, man.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because, y'all make it seem like it's impossible for women to be tested and tried and proven worthy to take one of the seats. You know what I'm saying? That's not impossible. For a long time, certain men was inducted into the order of Zadok and women. You understand? But it appears that the 24 elders that we had at that time, the images and the pictures that he shows us of the 24 elders, absolutely. They were all males. But that was a long time ago. That was a very long time ago. So we don't know who is occupying or what gender is occupying the seats of the 24 elders.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What human being has been tested and tried and proven worthy to actually take the seat of Gabriel or Israel or, you know what I'm saying, Sananda or Yanun or, you know what I'm saying, all the rest of them, Uriel.
Yeah.
C.I.A, Zoza. We don't know.
Speak.
Huh?
Yeah. As we speak. Yeah.
Yeah, as we speak, because there's a new administration, honey, headed by the non-ether council.
Mm-hmm.
So, never know. You just never know. But because this is the second time this ain't the second time I heard that the angel Gabrielle is a woman.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't the second time. I heard this about 3 or 4, 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and for homeboy to say that that's what he saw, then that's what it is. That's just that basically confirms it. Because like I said, man, when they did Constantine, when I first saw it, I think I was in my 20s. I don't know how old that shit is. I think it was came out in the early year 2000. And when I saw that shit, I said, damn, that's deep. The angel Gabrielle is a fucking female in this movie. But yeah, something has changed. Something has changed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, something has changed. And we talk about this all the time. That Ad-Hadat is the one that sits on the seven plane, the 7 to the 7 power of 7. Ad-Hadat, that's a woman. And Hua is possessed. Yeah, and she's possessed by Hua. See how this shit works?
Mm-hmm. So she got another name? Is Ad-Hadat?
Ad-Hadat. No, she ain't got no other name. That's her goddamn name.
Okay.
I mean, you can call her God if you like. You can call her Allah if you like. You call her Elunel if you like. You can call her Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if you like. If you can call her goddamn Jehovah, Yahweh, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But you call her Anu too. Shit. But that's her. She's at the 7th to the 7th plane to the 7th power of 7. That's where she sits. And she's possessed by Hua. You got the rebuttal to the slanderers?
Yeah,
huh? Oh, good. Go grab it real quick. Go to page 198, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, I got it. I got it in on the computer, so I gotta look for it.
Oh, that's good. It's on the computer. So go to your goddamn computer and then put in search rebuttal to the slanderers or slanderer or however you put it, and it should pop up. I looked at that book today at home. I said, man, I should bring it, and then some said, nah, somebody on the show gonna have it. And you'll hear that shit. You got it, Black? God damn it. Please call in a lat. Please. Thank you. God damn, they said somebody on the show got that shit. A dat. I mean, I'm calling her a dat. You a dat too, Black. Black is a dat. A dat is Black. She stepped on the mat. Said, I am a dat. In the hat. Black, call in for me real quick, baby. Let's get this shit popping. That right, shout it. I'm gonna do this shit once and for all for you motherfuckers, okay? That's why I said it wouldn't surprise me. And remember now the interesting thing is though, iTunes, Dr. York said the first man that put the woman in position would be in power. Think about that. Do you remember him saying that shit?
No.
The first man to put the woman in position, to put the woman in power, will inherit power.
Hey, Don, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, sweetheart. It's good to hear your voice.
Yeah, same year. All right, I got it.
So wait. With that being said, y'all know the crackers are snatching up all goddamn black women, as many black women as they can, so they can inherit power. Y'all peep that shit? They snatching up these bitches. Yeah, he said the first man. He didn't say you niggas. He didn't say the first Nubian man, the first black man, the first whatever. He said the first man to do that shit will inherit more power. To put the woman in power, he will inherit more power. You notice that the crackers are snatching up black bitches. Thus, Howard Stern is coming for me. Come on in, Black 198. Give me a mic check, and I'm gonna take that motherfucker by the hand. I swear to God. I swear to white God. I'm gonna take, cause I know that nigga. He already know that bitch right here. This hoe right here. This is the one right here. Thus, he can go into the etheric plane and enjoy the rest of his life.
Okay, page 198. It starts off with the Nubian Creed, Allah in man. Is that it?
Okay, yes. Let's start there. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I think that's it, because it's a paragraph right underneath it. Where do you see the paragraph underneath all that? And it says a dat. Are you on the left page? The left side is 198 on the left side.
No, 197 is on the left side.
Okay, well, shout it. I have a photographic memory. So it is on the left side of the goddamn book.
Okay, so 198.
Okay, so wait a minute, 198. 198. What is it? Oh, okay, 198. 198. 198. 198. You on page 198?
Yes.
Okay. And the next page is 199?
Hold on.
Next page 199?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay. Well, hold your hand on that page 198, and let's go back to Wait a minute. 198. What page you on? 189 or 198?
198. You want me to go to 189?
Yes, that's where it's at. It's 189. I'm dyslexic. It's 189, and now 189 should be on the left side of the page.
It is?
Okay, Don is good, but I thought I got a photographic memory, man. My shit is on flip. That's why a nigga can't lie to me. Nigga, I saw you. I saw you at 5 o'clock on my watch. I had on my vest. I was wearing a red shirt and blue jeans. And you were standing on the corner of Duval Street and can't get it right on a Thursday at goddamn 5 o'clock, motherfucker. And you was wearing a goddamn white tee and some baggy goddamn pants, motherfucker, and some Reeboks that day. Red Reeboks. Fuck out of here. I see you. Okay, 198. 189. Let's go.
Okay. The Nubian Creed, Allah pulsates and vibrates. In this section, Mr. Philip, it exceeds your comprehension. You claim to understand Allah and his attributes, but you obviously haven't sought out how Allah began the source of his creation. You stated on page 29 that Isa describes God as pulsating and vibrating. All things are created in tones of octaves of energy and of vibration. Just as there are octaves of musical notes, there are also octaves of tones. Between the 4th and 15th octaves, the normal ear can hear sounds. The one whose heart and mind is open can sometimes hear up to the 19th octave. Between the 25th and the 35th octave, heat is then generated. The 49th octave produces light. Cosmic rays manifest when energy increases between the 72nd and the 84th octave level. Between the cosmic rays, octaves lie, which produce emotional and mental waves up to the sound.
Let's stop right there, real quick. Now, I just want to make a point, real quick, which has nothing to do with what the fuck I'm about to say, but I'm about to say it any fucking way. Rewind that back about the cosmic rays, and then I'll tell y'all something.
Okay. Cosmic rays manifest when energy increases between the 72nd and the 84th octave level. Beyond the cosmic rays, octaves lie, which produce emotional and mental waves up to the sound hua.
Okay, stop right there. Okay, now is that the second? How many times cosmic rays was mentioned? Because you only called it twice. Is it mentioned prior to that?
I'm looking.
Okay, fine. Okay, now y'all know that there's two types of situations going on. One is cosmic rays, and the other one is electric power. Y'all familiar with those two? In between the cosmic rays and electric power. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what cosmic rays are, right? Like X-rays, ultraviolet rays, and shit like that, rays, okay, gamma rays and all of that. The other one is electric power. That comes from your television waves, radio waves, and all the rest of the goddamn shit, microwaves and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I just want to show you that. Anyway, back to the cosmic rays. Now, it is said earlier this week or last week that the extraterrestrials that live in the center of the earth, an article came out too, follow me closely, said that the aliens or the extraterrestrials are able to live off of the cosmic rays. Live and survive off of it now, okay? Which means that there is a serious shift. Prior to that, they must have been living off of the electric power, like your waves, your radio waves, your television waves, your microwaves, and I can't remember what all the other waves are.
X-rays?
Huh?
Would it be
Those
X-rays?
are rays, honey, not waves.
Rays. Got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay, but cosmic rays are all that: ultraviolet rays, gamma rays, X-rays, and goddamn, I think infrared or some old shit, infrared rays or some old goddamn shit like that. So now they're able to live off of straight cosmic rays. Even the extraterrestrials in the center of the planet Earth and some that come and come up to the surface are able to live off just the goddamn cosmic rays. That's powerful, ain't it?
Very. Wow.
And the article said they can survive off of that shit. And now that's interesting because they're telling you motherfuckers that you won't be able to survive with the ultraviolet rays. Right. But because of the electromagnetic grid and the electromagnetic field that's going on, and with the electron, proton, electron that your cells are transforming into, you are able to live off of ultraviolet rays, all the cosmic rays. Okay. Anyway, let's get to Hua. Go back to that last statement about Hua and the cosmic rays. Listen closely now.
Beyond the cosmic rays, octaves lie which produce emotional and mental waves up to the sound Hua. This is the pure green light of energy, the source, which represents the names of Allah and coincides with the 99 elements. Your Arabic word for cosmos is exist, and it has in parentheses be. All things are created in tones and octaves of energy and vibration from the source Hua, as I said before. And unless one mentions the name of Allah with his tongue and his heart, he will not be given the light and nur, which enters the heart and then is absorbed and dispersed to the rest of the body. And nur is the manifestation of the essence of Allah, which is called Ad-Da'at.
Stop right there. Say that again and say it with your chest for these slow-ass motherfuckers. Rewind that part.
Okay. And unless one mentions the names of Allah with his tongue and his heart, he will not be given the light and nur, which enters the heart and then is absorbed and dispersed to the rest of the body. And nur is the manifestation of the essence of Allah, which is called Ad-Da'at. A-T.
Okay, it's the manifestation of what? What is Ad-Da'at? The manifestation of what, Balat?
The essence of Allah.
The essence of Allah. Stop right there. Now, the essence, which means would be in Allah, right? That which is in Allah, right? That which is in Allah is Ad-Da'at, right?
Right.
Okay. Or the essence is basically, we can say, the genetic makeup of Allah is Ad-Da'at. Now, my question is, what is Ad-Da'at? Keep reading. Or who is Ad-Da'at? Keep reading. Watch this.
This essence signifies that he is what he is. Ad-Da'at are the things which are feminine, whatever they be, that had existed from eternity.
Stop right there. What the fuck is it again?
Ad-Da'at are the things which are feminine, whatever they be, that had existed from eternity.
Now stop. Now, there is a thing called pre-creation. Anything that's pre-creation has already existed. You understand? That which already exists, and that is Ad-Da'at. And what is Ad-Da'at again? The feminine what?
All things which are feminine, whatever they be, that had existed from eternity.
Coon, Kawoon. Let's go. Tell me more about this feminine chick.
Ad-Da'at is possessed by the Hu.
Stop. She's possessed by who?
The Hu. D-H-U-W, which is masculine.
She's possessed by what? Spell it.
D-H-U-W. The Hu.
Duh.
Which is masculine.
Duh. Possessed by Duh. And who is Duh? He gonna tell your ass masculine. In a minute.
Duh is Hua, which is he. Hua is the presentation in the spirit from which comes the soul.
Stop.
This is.
Stop. Break it down. Hammer time.
Hammer time.
Stop. Bring it back. Bring it back. Go back to Adat again. Get it in your head.
Adat is possessed by Ju, which is masculine.
Which is masculine.
Ju is Hua, which is he. Hua is the presentation in the spirit from which comes the soul. This is the spirit with personality or I.
I'm.
I'm.
Okay. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hua is which is he, and which is and. Together, they mean he and whatever else.
And whatever else. That mother, he is possessing Adat.
Adat.
Okay, let's go back to the Allah. Let's take it slow again. Balat on the Adat.
Adat
take it back to Allah, though. This is very important. Okay. Take it back to the Allah part about that Allah shit.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, let's rewind it one more time. Let's get it in our heads, you worshipers.
All things are created in tones and octaves of energy and vibration from the source Hua, as I said before. And unless one mentions the names of Allah with his tongue and his heart, he will not be given the light and nur, which enters the heart.
Wait a minute. Talk about this man mentioning something about the light or Allah and something about his heart. Rewind that part back.
Okay, you want me to go back to the top with Philip's question?
No, I want you to go back to the man mentioning Allah with his tongue and his heart.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. And unless one mentions the names of Allah with his tongue and his heart, he will not be given the light and nur.
What does that mean? What is he saying there?
That you just can't say the words. You have to feel them. They have to come from your heart.
Right. So rewind it back to that sentence right before that part of the tongue and the heart and all of that.
Okay. All things are created in tones and octaves of energy and vibration from the source Hua, as I said before. And unless one mentions the names of Allah with his tongue and his heart, he will not be given the light and nur, which enters the heart and then is absorbed and dispersed to the rest of the body. And nur is the manifestation of the essence of Allah, which is called Adat. Essence signifies that he is what he is. Adat are the things which are feminine, whatever they be, that had existed from eternity. Adat is possessed by Du, which is masculine. Du is Hua, which is he. Hua is the presentation in the spirit from which comes the soul. This is the spirit with personality or I. Hua is, which is he, and which is and. Together, they mean he and whatever else. This is called Kutbayat, also known as the Ayin principle.
The Ayin principle.
The eye of the heart is the Kut, the axis, which is symbolic of two hearts.
Okay. Where do we go from here?
You want to keep going? But I had a question.
Go ahead. What's your question?
Adat is possessed by Du,
Hua,
which is masculine. Du is Hua, which is he. Hua is the presentation in the spirit from which comes the soul. Okay, I'm not grasping that right now. Maybe it'll take a minute.
Okay, well, first, let's go back then. Let's go back to when he first explains to Bilal Phillips about the vibration of Allah and the pulsation of Allah in order to get it.
Okay. So he said, the Bilal said, Isa describes God as pulsating and vibrating. All things are created in tones of octaves of energy and of vibration. Just as there are octaves of musical notes, there are also octaves of tones. Between the 4th and 15th octave, the normal ear can hear sound. The one whose heart and mind is open can sometimes hear up to the 19th octave. Between the
19th octave, you know what that means, right? Whose ears and hearts are open. You know the 19th octave, right? In other words, most people can only hear what the fuck is right in their ear.
Ear, right.
Like right in there. They can't hear distance.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They can probably hear outside. You know what I'm saying? If they in the house, okay? But they can't hear the traffic 2 miles from the house. They can't hear horn blow. See, we can hear that dog barking right now, right? Dog barking. But that dog is probably either in goddamn Milledgeville, Georgia, or goddamn what that the crazy nigga name, Antichrist in Philadelphia. So we just heard that dog barking. That would be considered like distance in octaves from 19 or on into 72 to 84 octaves, like far. Like sometimes you can hear far.
Right.
And sometimes you can't. Like, and I explain this. There are times where you hear a song in your head. You think it's in your head. No, somebody is playing that song because sound travels. And that person has been playing that song in another state, and you can hear it. And all of a sudden, you got that song in your head. It came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Songs just don't pop up like that. Sound travels.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, that's your 8772. Okay, where we at that? 18th octave? Let's go.
Okay, between the 25th and the 35th octaves, heat is being generated. The 49th octave produces light. Cosmic rays manifest when energy increases between the 72nd and the 84th level.
Okay, what octave produce light? At what number again? This is very important because we're about to get into the north.
Okay, cosmic rays manifest when
energy... No, that's not what I asked. What octave produce light?
Oh, I'm sorry. The 49th octave.
The 49th octave, because at one point it produced heat. And then on to the 49th octave, it starts to produce light, right?
Right, yes.
Okay, now at the 49th octave, what happens?
Cosmic rays manifest.
There we go.
Okay.
Now you into cosmic rays.
Okay. Cosmic rays manifest when energy increases between the 74th and the 84th octave level. Beyond the cosmic rays, octaves lie, which produce emotional and mental waves up to the sound hua. This is the pure green light of energy, the source which represents the name of Allah and coincides with the 99 elements. Your Arabic word for cosmos is exist, be. Okay, so it's really no such thing as feelings in the way we interpret them. It's really just octave levels or energy and things of that nature that we are experiencing, but we're calling them feelings.
Well, feelings is a sense. It works on your senses.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Taste, hear, touch, feel, that type of shit. So most people operate on the sense of feelings, on what they feel. And all of that is based on vibration.
Okay. Maybe
you know what I'm saying? It goes right back to the octaves.
Okay. Understood. Okay. All things are created in tones and octaves of energy and vibration from the source, Hua, as I said before. And unless one mentions the names of Allah with his tongue and his heart, he will not be given the light and nur, which enters the heart.
Now stop now. You see that? Did you peep that? He will not be what?
Given the light.
And where is the light at on the octave?
The light is at the 49th octave.
At the 49th octave, which means that's why he always say you want to speed up your vibration.
Yeah.
Yeah. In order to get to that light, it don't matter whether you confess with your tongue or not. Allah, or the 99 attributes of Allah, doesn't matter. But you will have to speed up to that vibration to even get to the 49th octave where you can receive the light. That means you will have to heat up first.
You got to heat up.
Yeah, you got to heat up. Let's go. Okay, let's go back to the part. Unless the man, blah, 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 he will not receive the light.
Okay. And unless one mentions the names of Allah with his tongue and his heart, he will not be given the light.
It doesn't matter because where he vibrates at, where his tones and vibration are based upon octaves levels. So it doesn't matter what the fuck a motherfucker say. If his tones is not reaching the octave of 49th and his vibratory level is not vibrating at the 49th, he still won't receive the light.
Okay.
He can't get to the electric power, to the cosmic rays side. That's where the cosmic rays kick in at.
Right.
Right? At what level does the cosmic rays kick in at on the octave?
They manifest between the 72nd and the 84th octave level.
Right. And the nigga got to get to the 49th first.
Just to get the light. Yep.
Just to get the light and then to travel on to the next octave of the what? The 84th?
For the cosmic rays, between the 72nd and the 84th octave level.
Yes. And absolutely. And what else?
Okay.
Go back to the nigga can't get that light.
Okay. And unless one mentions the names of Allah with his tongue and his heart, he will not be given the light and nur, which enters the heart and then is absorbed and dispersed to the rest of the body.
You see that? Because that light is electrifying. So it starts to change the body and the heart, change the cells, all the way down to the cellular level. That light will come in and change its whole composition, transform them into a whole light being. You ain't got no choice but to be transformed at that point, motherfucker. If you can reach the 49th octave, what's next?
Wow. Okay. And Nur is the manifestation of the essence of Allah, which is called Adat. The essence
of Allah, which is called Adat. That's strong, ain't it?
Yes.
Say that part one more time.
And Nur is the manifestation of the essence of Allah, which is called Adat.
The manifestation, Nur, Is that what he's saying? Nur.
Yes.
The light.
And Nur. Yes.
Yeah, the light. Or this light. This light is the manifestation of Allah, right? Is the essence of Allah, which is the manifestation of Ad-Hadat. What did it say? What the fuck is it?
And Nur is the manifestation of the essence of Allah, which is called Adat. This essence signifies that He is what He is. Adat are the
so when a motherfucker gets to the point of Allah, notice that how he switched from He into Allah. See, Allah is not goddamn Allah. Allah raised up, a man or a female raised up to become Allah by reaching the 49th octave on up to the 72nd octave to the 84 to become Allah. Where at that point he reached the essence. He gets the essence at this point. Do you see how this shit go? Do you understand the steps that it takes to even be in Allah or to be called in Allah? Go back. Let's rewind it back to where homeboy has to be able to get there first, because this is where you become Allah.
And unless one mentions the names of Allah with his tongue and his heart, he will not be given the light, and nur, which enters the heart and then is absorbed and dispersed to the rest of the body.
You see, man has to be transformed first at the 49th octave to even become this that coming up next, Allah.
Right.
Let's go.
And Nur is the manifestation of the essence of Allah, which is called Adat. This essence signifies that He is what He is. Adat are the things which are feminine, whatever they be, that had existed from eternity. Adat is possessed by Du, which is masculine. Du is Huwa, which is He. Huwa is the presentation in the spirit from which comes the soul. This is the spirit and personality, or I. Huwa is which is He and which is and. Together they mean He and whatever else.
And whatever else.
This is called...
And once you get to the 84th or 72 on to the 84th or whatever around that, you become Allah. And at that point, the essence, the light is the manifestation of the essence of Allah. And that essence is Ad-Hadat.
Yes.
You see?
I get it.
But what happens there? That motherfucker get the spirit and the soul.
And the soul. Yep.
You see how this shit works? Go back to the right before the part, before the spirit and the soul pops up. Whoever reached this level.
Okay. Adat is possessed by Du, which is masculine. Du is Huwa, which is He. Huwa is the presentation in the spirit from which comes the soul. This is the spirit with personality, or I. Huwa is which is He and which is and. Together they mean He and whatever else. This is called Kutbiyat, also known as the Ayn principle. The eye of the heart is the Kut, the axis, which is symbolic of two hearts. One, the heart which we know that expresses our sentiments and passions. Two, the inner heart, which is by far greater. It is an inverted heart that points back to Allah. Between it and the physical heart swings the pendulum of existence, surrounded by the 99 elements and the 99 names of Allah. El-Kut represents the chain reaction from the spark, which started the process of the spirit changing to the soul.
That's how you become a living soul and not just a living spirit. Once you get there. Rewind that part right back again about equip.
El-Kut represents the chain reaction from the spark, which started the process of the spirit changing to the soul. This was and is the life, which becomes the link of the etheric tie. Thus, El-Kut represents the umbilical cord to He. This is why so many Sufis stay in constant dhikr to Allah. This is one of the Sufi chants. O He who is, O He who is, O He whom no one knows what Himself is, save Himself. The Sufi knows that to praise Allah and worship will illuminate his spirit and help him to communicate with his inner senses. These are the things that you have no knowledge of, Bilal. This is why you question my teachings.
All right. That's why you question my teachings.
Okay, and then it goes on to another question.
Okay, we can stop there for 1 second, though. Anybody got any? I heard you say, Atun. Was that you?
Yeah, Antichrist.
Oh, Antichrist. I should have known the devil would say, Okay. Why you say, Antichrist?
It was just kind of profound. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening. I'm like, okay. I'm at the same time I'm trying to understand what you know what I'm saying what that meant. So I'm just analyzing it.
Right, absolutely. Okay, so you're trying to make sense of it or overstand it. That's why I like to go over it over again. Basically, we are not supposed to stay the same. When people say whatever you do don't change, you are supposed to change. Because the only way you will actually be Allah is that you have to raise up your vibrations. See, monotheistic gives us one God. Monotheistic religions is one God, right? But there are many Allahs, because we know that God is a plural word, more than one. So in order to raise your vibration, you can tell that the Sufis, as he mentioned, don't want to goddamn be a man in the order of Sufi their whole fucking life. They want to raise up to the 49th octave and receive the goddamn light, to move on to the 72nd octave to the 84 to become Allah. Remember, the saying is no man is greater than Allah.
I'm with you. Okay, I'm feeling that.
So you ain't nothing until you become Allah.
That's right. I'm feeling that.
You ain't shit. You then at that point inherit the 99 elements or the 99 names of Allah plus one. Absolutely. And the light nor possess your body. However, only Allah knows that the essence of Allah is the feminine, that which existed since eternity. And that Ad-Hadat is possessed by Hua. So when they say Allah or Hua, he who is who he is, they've just reached Ad-Hadat. Because that's the only way they can possess it. That's the only way they can become Allah. And he is in her, as it is said. He possessed her. He possessed Ad-Hadat, Duh, or Hua. Strong, ain't it?
Yes.
That's powerful. That's why he starts off with saying exist, right? Kun fa-kun, exist.
Right.
Be. The only way that you can speak something into existence like that, unless you are Allah. You just speak that shit and it happens. It exists. Because now it is wrapped by Ad-Hadat, who is possessed with Hua. Be, and it will be. That's strong, ain't it?
Yes, real strong. Wow.
Which is the feminine what? It's the feminine what? What the fuck that is? The feminine of what?
Hold on 1 second. Okay, Adat are the things which are feminine, whatever they be, that had existed from eternity.
Whatever they may be that have existed from eternity.
Pre-creation, like you mentioned before.
Pre-creation, which means it already was here. It already existed. In order for you to create something, you have to take something that has already been here to create it. And that's the feminine. Ad-Hadat are the things which are feminine, that's been here or existed from eternity. That's strong right there, ain't it?
That's strong. Hell yeah.
How did we end up getting on this? Oh.
WEEKDAYS Radio.
What goes around comes back around. Hey, my baby. What goes around comes back around. Hey, my baby. I say what goes around comes back around. Hey, my baby. What goes around.
Mystical teacher sat by the seaside. It was about 5 o'clock because we heard the free ride. Anyway, the teacher was talking in stride, sitting upon a rock that was wide and warning against false pride. Come to where I reside, a woman cried, and the teacher replied, do you serve your fish fried? Yes, she replied, with potato salad on the side. And the teacher replied, well, where do you reside? She said, up on the hillside, it's not a far ride. If you came to have dinner, I would be so gratified. The teacher replied, it's 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, you decide. She replied, 7 o'clock, do you like stir fried? She was mystified and felt so dignified. The teacher was coming to the house where she resides, so she purified with pesticides, calling her friends up nationwide. Some of her friends were tongue-tied. They felt so glorified. She made steamed fish, baked fish, fish that was fried, soup, steamed vegetables, potato salad on the side. You could smell the bread in the oven far and wide. Natural juices and water purified. Organic fruits brought from the countryside with silver forks and knives placed side by side. You could not be dissatisfied. side. Looking out the window, staring at the mountainside, you would have died. 6:59, she's swollen with pride. As the moment intensified, there's a knock from outside. She opens the door, for the teacher has arrived. But to her surprise, it was a bomb who cried, "Please, I smelt the bread from outside. One piece." And then she replied, "The teacher is coming. He's soon to have arrived. You're making me look bad. Come on now, step aside." The bomb then replied, "When I say I'm hungry, I haven't lied. Give me some of that chicken that you just fried." She replied, "Chicken fried? No, that's for the teacher. You're not purified." Then she slammed the door and went back inside. Sat on the couch with the TV guide. She looked at the clock. It was 7:09, then 7:30. He still hasn't arrived. 8 o'clock, she was on the downside. 9 o'clock, by now she's teary-eyed. She pissed off and her anger multiplied. She cried, then fell asleep dissatisfied. Next day, she woke up and was preoccupied with meeting the mystical teacher who lied. Where could he hide? She ran down by the seaside. He was there teaching about false pride. "You lied," she replied. "You lied. You said you would be there at 7 o'clock. You lied." He replied, "No, I have not lied. I came at 6:59 and you told me to move aside. I asked for bread and chicken that was fried, and you said that I wasn't purified." She replied, "I wasn't notified. I had no idea that you was the bomb that cried." And the teacher sighed, then replied, "This concludes our lesson on false pride."
The baddest bitch in El Cologne.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
There are relics that predate the universe itself. What lies within her appears to be one of them. The 9 realms are not eternal. They had a dawn as they will have a dusk.
But before that dawn, the baddest bitch in El Cologne
Reigned absolute and unchallenged.
Don Nicoleone
Made a weapon out of that darkness, and it was called the ether. While the other relics often appear as stones,
the baddest bitch in El Cologne
is fluid and ever-changing. It changes matter into dark matter. It seeks out host bodies, drawing strength from their life force.
Don Nicoleone
Sought to use the ether's power to return the universe to one darkness. Darkness. Darkness.
You underestimate the power of the dark side. Your powers are weak.
Long before the birth of light, there was darkness. And from that darkness came the
baddest bitch in El Cologne.
Millennia ago, the most ruthless of their kind,
Don Nicoleone,
sought to transform our universe back into one of eternal night. Such evil was possible through the power of the ether, an ancient force of infinite destruction.
You underestimate the power of the dark side. Your powers are weak. It is your destiny. You have failed me the last time and time. Your weakness. You are not C.I.A. yet.
Baddest bitch in El Cologne. Baddest bitch in El Cologne. Baddest bitch in El Cologne. Don Nicoleone. The baddest bitch in El Cologne. 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 Don Nicoleone. Baddest bitch in El Cologne. Don Nicoleone. Baddest bitch in El Cologne. Don Nicoleone. The baddest bitch in El Cologne. Don Nicoleone.
You cannot escape destiny. Accept your fate. You are beaten.
Yeah, the darkness is once again visible, niggas. You know what time it is. You've tuned in to WGAG Radio at this time for one reason only, to hear the greatest voice transmitting throughout cyberspace. You know who she is, the Sublime Oracle, the baddest bitch in El Cologne. Yeah, it's time for the Don Nicoleone Show.
You underestimate the power of the dark side. The baddest bitch in El Cologne. 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 Don Nicoleone. Don Nicoleone. Don Nicoleone. The baddest bitch in El Cologne. The baddest bitch in El Cologne. The baddest bitch in El Cologne. Your thoughts betrayed you. Your powers are weak. So you've chosen to die here. Expect no mercy. There is no escape. You cannot escape destiny. Accept your fate. You are weak. I will destroy you. Triple darkness is your destiny. Do not fight your fate. You are beaten. You have wasted my time. This is the end. You have yet to master the way of the Force. Don't underestimate the power of the Force. Give yourself to the dark side. It is useless to resist. Do not resist. Unwise. This is the end. If you only knew the power of the dark side. Give yourself to the dark side. If you only knew the power of the dark side. Give yourself to the dark side. Do you now understand the power of the dark side? but it ends here.
Now give it up for the baddest bitch in El Cologne, Dawn, Nicoleone.
You know, it's like that, being the baddest bitch in El Cologne. And sometimes, just because you're the baddest bitch in the El Cologne, you might just want to masturbate to the affirmation. Adoro tackle las guava don viva mol El Cologne. Ania fia shook shell El Cologne. Wakula shook is a CD. And new Farugan shell El Cologne. Wa El Cologne is a Farugan shell name. Ania Wahid Ma'a El Cologne. Wa El Cologne is Wahid Ma'ani. Ania Kilu and Jihu Kama Farugan Shell El Cologne. Waku Kama Farugan. Ani Akilu Akwenu Kul Dik Ani Akilu Fi El Cologne. Kama Hafiza Izulia Amadu Fi El Cologne. Ania Kabaha Wahud El Cologne Izu Ania. El Cologne Yakilu Ani Akilu. El Cologne Yanalu and Abnalu.
I am in the love of the all, and all love is in me. I am a part of the all, and the all is a part of me. I am one with the all, and the all is one with me. I can succeed as a part of the all and fail as an individual. I can be all that I wish in the all, as long as my wish is to stay in the all. I'm never alone. The all is, I am. The all can, I can. The all does, I do.
Great day, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, shit. It's 2 hours and 30 minutes already. I'm past. Great day to everybody tuning in to the Don Nicoleone Show. Hope all is well. You already know, baby, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday on Real Nigga Radio. It's right here.
Nigga Radio!
Baby, just around this bitch. Great day to people on the call lines. Everybody tuning in. The call-in number is 515-605-9828 or 425-569-5274. Baby, that'll get you in. Gotta show some love to my peoples over there in the after party. That right, the after party. That's our 24-hour voice-activated chat room on powtalk.com, man. Goddamn. Type in the search, the after party. You'll find us, man. Great day, a Rich Good Dog 2020. Special shout out to my man Bingy Z in the building. What up, Bingy? Max Drew, the Spiru, Tamaray is in the house. Miss Hudson. Probably sleep, though. This bitch be up in the middle of the night. But great day, Miss Hudson. Nick Betts, the vulture goddess in the building. Great day, Nick Betts. Special shout out to Newbie Rock Week 9 in the building. My man Self Guy, they kicking it with us, man. Great day, Sweeto Shoes, Sister X, J1, J Jizzle, Young Tide, Damn, special shout out to all my niggas over there on Lockdown Radio again. Yeah, we stream that into the Lockdown Radio again channel on YouTube. Special shout out to everybody over there. Great day to Barack Obama. How you doing, baby? Elise Trowler's in the building. Great day, Elise. Special shout out to the one and only Sister X again, man. Zena in the house. Took twice. She loved visiting inmates, Uncle Zena. Like them jailbirds. That's baby. Hey, I got a few things. I'm going to rush it real quick. And that's right. I just remembered looking at Newbie. Newbie sent me an article. Black Box. Oh, the Black Box handwritten. No, the other one. Harvesting Blood, America's Poor Late-Stage Capitalism. Harvesting Blood. That's one. That's one I'm interested in. This is a mintpressnews.com. I have no idea what the fuck is this about. For much of the world, donating blood is purely an act of solidarity, a civic duty that the healthy perform to aid others in need. The ideal of being paid for such an action would be considered bizarre. But in the United States, it is big business. It is big business in the United States. Indeed, in today's wretched economy, where about 130 million Americans admit an inability to pay for basic needs like food, housing, or health care, buying and selling blood is of the few booming industries America has left. The number of collection centers in the United States has more than doubled since 2005, and blood now makes up well over 2% of total U.S. exports by value. What the fun? What the hell? Export. Somebody please tell me what the fuck is an export? I know what an import is, but what the fuck is an export? Them niggas got there shipping y'all blood worldwide around this motherfucker. Oh my God. What the fuck is in the masses in America? What the fuck type of blood these some of bitches got? They got to fucking ship that shit. Ooh, this some good one here. Ship it out. Ship it in, ship it out. Move it in, move it out. I can't believe that shit. God, what they doing? What they doing? Look at some guy that's talking about into Mars, shipping it overseas into Mars. You know, that was just I was about to say that dumbass shit. Who the fuck are they feeding? Who need blood? Who the fuck need blood ain't got no blood? I need some blood. What the fuck is that shit? Waiting on my blood to come in. Amazon ain't shipped that shit yet, man. I've been waiting goddamn 5, shit. Goddamn. There's a wild, what the fuck, blood? And I guarantee you, a damn sure ain't other races' blood. It's your blood. Ain't nobody interested in nobody else's blood but Negroes. That's what they want, don't they? Still gotta tell the truth. Come here, nigga. Come here, nigga. Let me hug your neck. Okay. God damn, export. Let me read that again. The number of collection centers in the United States has more than doubled since 2005, and blood now makes up well over 2% of total U.S. exports by value. To put that in perspective, Americans' blood is now worth more than all exported corn or soy products that cover vast areas of the country's heartland. God damn. What the fuck? God damn, what the fuck? We in the V-Empire? V-Empire, newbie? Is that what we actually living in? The V-Empire. V-Vampire. Empire. The Vulcan Empire, man. The fuck is this? God damn, they're probably lying about how many humans on the planet there is. I don't think it's 7 billion. It may be 7 million. And the rest of the population, you already know, are not human. There's no fucking way. How many apples on the planet? Never mind. Don't answer that. All right, so where the fuck was I at? The U.S. supplies fully 70% of the world's plasma, mainly because most other countries have banned the practice on ethical and medical grounds. Exports increased by over 13% to $28.6 billion between 2016 and 2017. And the plasma market is projected to grow radiantly, according to one industry report. The majority goes to wealthy European countries, y'all. No such thing as wealthy. Unless you got good blood, you got good genes, you wealthy. Yeah, I said it. Anything outside of you don't make you wealthy, motherfuckers. What's in you? Okay? Tell them I said that shit. So guess what? The Europeans need the fucking blood. The Canaanites, the Jebusites, the Hittites, the Amorites need that shit. Tell them I said I ain't goddamn slow around this bitch. Germany, for example. Germans, the German shepherds of Donplatz. The Germans buy 15% of all United States blood from Negroes that's exported. China and Japan are also key customers. It is primarily the plasma, a golden liquid that transports proteins and red and white blood cells around the body that makes it so sought after. Boy, please get me off this goddamn boat. Why? Because donating blood is crucial in treating medical conditions such as anemia and cancer, and is commonly required to perform surgeries. Pregnant women also frequently need transfusions to treat blood lost during childbirth. Like all maturing industries, a few enormous, I forgot, I lost my part, sorry. I don't know where I'm at. Oh, like all maturing industries, a few enormous bloodthirsty companies such as Grifols and CSL have come to dominate the American market. But in order to generate such enormous profits, these vampiric corporations consciously target the poorest and most desperate Americans. One study found that the majority of donors in Cleveland generate more than a third of their income from donating blood. The money they receive, notes Professor Catherine Eden of Princeton University, is what she say, the lifeblood of the $2 a day poor. Professor Luke of the University of Michigan, co-author of $2 a Day, Living on Almost Nothing in America, told Mint Press News this: the massive increase in blood plasma sales is a result of an inadequate, in many places, non-existent cash safety net, combined with an unstable labor market. Our experience is people need the money. That's the primary reason people show up at the plasma centers. Almost half of America is broke, and 58% of the country is living paycheck to paycheck with savings of less than $1,000. 37 million Americans go to bed hungry, including 1/6 of New Yorkers, and also half of South Bronx residents. And over 500,000 sleep on the streets on any given night, with millions more in vehicles or relying on friends or family. It is in this context that millions in the red have turned to selling blood to make ends meet. In a very real sense then, these corporations are harvesting the blood of the poor, literally sucking the life out of them. Some dude named Adam on Twitter says, I see we moved on to the harvesting the blood of the poor
stage of late capitalism. These folks don't be knowing what they got. Newbie, give me a mic check, sweetheart. Great day to you.
Hotel. How you doing, Don?
I'm great, man. Fucking tired, shouting.
You sound tired. You sound a little bit under the weather.
Actually, man, I just woke up.
Okay.
I gotta warm my vocals up. And I've been sneezing like a motherfucker.
Oh, boy. Allergies hitting you?
I don't know, maybe I need to dust around this bitch.
Yeah, I was just calling to chime in. 2% back then and now up to what, 17%?
It's a whole lot of blood around this motherfucker.
Ridiculous, Don. To the point where the other countries stopped doing it because it's morally and ethically wrong, but they're buying it.
But they buying it. You know, the United States don't give a fuck about being ethically wrong. As a matter of fact, I saw a line from Henry the Fifth or Fourth or Sixth, and it says some shit like this. There is oh fuck, Nicole, how you gonna see some shit and quote it? Oops, can't tell you. It says some shit like you can't be morally wrong, or you can't be diabolically fucked up, or you can't be diabolically evil if you win. Some shit like that. The last words are true. If you win, I just can't remember the.
That's the whole concept of the ends justify the means.
Yeah, somebody might want to pull a Henry the Fifth or some old shit and tell me what he said. But yeah, exactly. Like, so you can't. So with these bastards in America, they don't see no such thing as ethical. They want you in America to follow ethical practices. You know what I'm saying? But they don't have to because they're winning. So it says something like, it don't matter if you, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to have what people instill in others to have morally or whatever. You don't need it if you're winning.
It's that whole mentality of the same rules don't apply.
Absolutely. If you're winning. If you fucking winning. I just can't believe so many motherfuckers in bed with this beast. You know? Damn, I didn't know nothing about this though, Newbie. Thanks for the article. Am I missing anything? Because it's more to it, but I don't feel like reading this shit. I get the point.
The crux of it, but I said I think that's probably the crux of it, but it gets a little deeper.
No, it don't. Ain't never get no deeper. They don't get no deeper. These are just people now talking about goddamn how they donate their blood and all that fucking shit, man. They're predatory. The price set for your plasma is based on a whim. For an example, one place I donated the first 5 times, you get $75, then you get 20, then you get 20, then you get 30, then you get 50, then you get 25. It's random. It doesn't matter, but they know you are desperate. And if you don't do your $30 donation, you won't get your 50 next time. Apparently, the plasma is worth something in the hundreds. So it's not surprising that you screwed over. Who said this shit? Somebody in Maryland? Yeah, somebody in Maryland. She and her husband had little choice but to continue visiting clinics in Maryland for years, but resented their payment methods. Bitch, you stupid. Nigga, if I got a husband, me and this nigga got to donate blood, we ain't husband. You ain't my husband no more. Fuck that, nigga. I'm going to prostitution. You ain't get no pussy. No pussy in poverty, motherfuckers. No pussy in poverty. You ain't getting shit. I don't understand that shit. And then another motherfucker, Watkins, said you could always tell how long someone has been doing the job by the needle, he recalls. Once they've been there a year or so, they have stabbed literally thousands of people and could just tap your elbow once and slide the needle into the vein with no problem. New guys would have missed the vein, punched through the vein, or try to hunt for it with the needle tip, which would leave blah, 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 blah. This is ridiculous. Anyway, I ain't giving them shit. America's zombie poor are left almost permanently mentally drained like heroin addicts and with similar bruised and punctured arms, except they are being paid for the inconvenience. But perhaps the worst thing about the experience, according to those interviewed, is the dehumanization of the process. Donors are publicly weighed to make sure they are heavy enough. So they got to weigh them first. Obese people are worth more to bloodthirsty companies as they can safely extract more plasma from them each session while paying out the same compensation. They definitely turn you into a product in a very literal sense. It's deeply exploitative and a symptom of just how far gone capitalism is. They need fat people.
It's blood farming, guys. It's basically blood farming.
Fat people got that blood, don't they? What's the difference between fat people blood and skinny people blood? I don't understand.
I guess it has more plasma in.
Plasma is blood, newbie. Stop trying to sound smart.
Well, you have to separate the plasma from the blood dye.
I understand that.
And they say that gold elixir.
What they getting from fat, why they want fat, what's the difference between fat people and skinny people?
You tell me, they have more nutrients in their blood?
Really? I don't know. I don't get it.
It's basically giving their life away, basically. That's what that is. Because the blood is the life source.
Everybody giving their life away, the skinny motherfuckers and the fat motherfuckers, the sick people and the healthy people. They go in and they donate blood. We don't even donate blood. You know what I'm saying? You go to the hospital and shit, they be like, gotta take your blood. For what, son of a bitch?
Well, think about it now. When they're asking you to donate blood, you know basically where it's going.
Listen, the hospital's stealing your blood and you ain't getting paid. You get a bill every time they take your blood. You got to pay that.
Yeah, because they're lab fees, supposedly.
Right. But isn't that lab fees, the people that take your blood, regardless? But these people get $50 sometimes. So, yeah. This shit long as fuck. Swiss did a documentary on this shit, on the subject.
What was that?
Swiss. According to a Swiss documentary on the subject, there are precious few checks on the cleanliness of the blood these companies accept, with some donors interviewed admitting they were drug addicts, but all is sacrificed in the pursuit of dazzling profits. Something donors were well aware of. I need the money. Come on now, you getting blood from the poor. Do you honestly think, and you paying their ass, do you honestly think, are you a drug addict? Hell no. Give me my goddamn $50, bitch. You honestly think I'm going to tell you yes? I'm a drug addict, motherfucker?
I mean, it should be evident.
Yeah, anybody that's going to goddamn get their blood drawn for $55, $20 or whatever, you know that shit evident. You know there's something wrong with their ass. You know they got issues. No, something ain't there. Anyway, this article long as fuck. God damn, dude, it's a whole goddamn book. motherfucker won't stop. All right, and did you read all of it, Newbie?
Most of it.
Oh, okay, because it's long as fuck, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that motherfucker long, man. That damn blood, boy. Germany and China, them top ones, paying for them exports.
And you would think China has enough citizens.
Yeah, but they don't want, they kind. There ain't many niggas in China. And in Germany. They need that melanin blood.
There it is.
And according to them, the majority of the melanin-enriched people are poor. Right? According to them. You know what I'm saying? Mexicans, they got a little melanin, all that type of shit. On a little side thing, somebody sent me this. Want y'all to check it out real quick, but I got some more toys to show y'all today. Show and tell, just a game we play when I want to say I love you. Oh, show me.
We got the Backstreet Boys.
Tell me you feel the same way too. Yes, you do. All right, here we go. Show and tell some of you motherfuckers right now. Let me find that down in the cover. I don't goddamn Facebook. All right, this is a little side note. Y'all ready? After party, there you go. You a little vid. Got you a little video going on right there. All right, this came out, billions of years ago, this skit. Comedy. Check it out.
We got a lot of celebrities here tonight. A lot of last year's winners. We got the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Britney Spears. Boy, it looks like white team 99.
Oh, wait, all right, wait. Let me set the stage.
That's one of the Wayans, right?
Huh?
Is that one of the Wayans brothers?
Yeah, I think so. He playing Chris Rock and pretending he at the Oscars. Ready?
I think I saw this. Okay.
These are years ago.
We got a lot of celebrities here tonight. A lot of last year's winners. We got the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Britney Spears. Boy, it looks like white team 99 up in this bitch. Britney Spears got her new album out, her new song. Oops, I did it again. Oops, she did it again. She did it again, y'all. What the did you do the first time? What else is up? We got Eve here. Oh, my bad. That's Cisco. We got a little bit of Destiny's Child here tonight. That's right. Got the new hit song. Say my name, say my name. What name? Every time I learn the name, you kick the out the group. I'll say your name. How about temporary? We got a lot of rappers here. That's right. Jay-Z, Jigga, the Jigga Man. Jigga what? Jigga who? Jigga in the club, that's who. And how could you mention rap without talking about my man P. Diddy? P. Diddy, Sean John, Sean Buffett Cone. Got a little bit of trouble this year, huh, Pup? Got in some trouble. Went out and hired Johnny Cochran. Actually, you didn't hire Johnny Cochran. You just sampled OJ's defense team. That's right. Speaking of OJ, OJ's in the news again, trying to make a comeback, promote his new website. OJ with a website? What the is going on? And you know the address? www.//youaintdeadyet.com. Thank you very much. Oh, no, puppy. Oh, no, goodness me. Kick me one more time. Oh, yeah, but not that big ass. Oh, my God, I can't take all that fancy boy. It's not man yet. It doesn't make Go to hell. Go to hell.
Anyway, so this is the first time Chris Rock got his ass whooped on stage joking. This was Chris Rock joking, but all right, anyway, moving right along. Most important thing right here, though, boys and girls. That shit was lame as fuck. People are reaching. A military white hat sting operation. And all right, for those who need to understand this shit, damn, I'm clicking on they pause button and shit. Virginia Thomas text to Mark, whatever the fuck, Biden crime family and God damn it. Biden crime family and ballot fraud, co-conspirators, elected officials, bureaucrats, social media, censorship, something mongers, fake stream media reporters, etc. are being arrested and detained. This is on somebody's television, Fox News, baby.
12 states have been part of a huge
when was this done?
A military white hat sting operation. And
say what?
When was this?
It's all happening now. It's all happening, you know. As a matter of fact, remember I told y'all that Clarence Thomas, I forgot to tell y'all that though. Remember I told y'all that Clarence Thomas was sick and was in the hospital and all that shit? After I read the last little bit of that Fauci dossier with all the Clarence Thomas write-ups on their ass, interesting enough, they ended up going after Clarence Thomas' wife, newbie, right? This shit, wow. They ended up going after Clarence Thomas' wife. Anybody been keeping up with this shit?
I heard something about that, Don.
Okay, good. Yeah, right. And so, and as a matter of fact, they said about 2-3 days ago, or maybe yesterday, that Clarence Thomas is released from the hospital now or some old shit.
Yeah, he's out.
I said, man, they're going to take this nigga down. That's Supreme Court Judge Clarence Thomas, man. But look, okay, so here's what the fuck, hold on, I'm going to my page real quick. So here's what Dr. One that was telling me about Clarence Thomas' wife. I said, what the fuck? But check this, though. They said that Clarence Thomas' wife told Mark Meadows that, oh, I just said it. My bad. But they left it off. She told Mark Meadows that the Biden crime family and ballot fraud co-conspirators would be living in barges off Gitmo to face military tribunal for sedition. Now,
what the hell?
Now, hold on, before the what the hell come in yet, right? Check this. We was telling motherfuckers about Gitmo and how them motherfuckers there done got beheaded and shit. But then motherfuckers want to tell us, goddamn, ain't no such thing as Gitmo. You know about Gitmo, right, newbie?
Yep.
Yeah. So here it is, Clarence Thomas' wife talking about some goddamn.
They were supposed to close it down, though, Don. Supposed
what you mean,
to.
What the hell is you talking about?
Gitmo.
You don't know about Gitmo, then, newbie.
No, I know about Gitmo. I said they were supposed to close it down.
What do you mean they were supposed to? What are you talking about?
That's where they were torturing terrorists and people to interrogate them. Gitmo?
Okay, so like I said, newbie don't know about Gitmo. Newbie.
All right, play it back.
No, listen. I can't play it back. I got to bring you forward. Because you don't know.
All right, bring me forward.
Yeah, okay, Gitmo is over, just like you said. Okay? You're right. It was. Trump opened that bitch back up, bro.
Thank you.
Okay. Trump opened that bitch back up. It's so many motherfuckers that's in fucking Gitmo either waiting to be beheaded or goddamn beheaded. Yeah. I don't know where you was though, man. Like that fake Obama everybody believes is walking around this bitch. Nigga, it's prison military guards there. One of them motherfuckers filmed Obama in the fucking cell. All these people out here, what they looking at, what these humans think they looking at as politicians, you know what I'm saying? Majority of their asses in Gitmo, or either dead now, beheaded. But Obama in that bitch. Saw the video, baby. Y'all remember looking at the video? Y'all remember looking at the video when they got Obama in Gitmo prison?
I didn't see that one, Don. I didn't see that one, Don.
Yeah, that's when you had a job, motherfucker. That's another reason. It
certainly was.
That's how Don Nicoleone TV got taken down on YouTube. It was because of all that. Yeah, all that. Yeah. And when they terminated the page, because a lot of that shit, man, we just pushing that shit out, man.
I'm enthralled now. I'm enthralled.
Yeah, so the people that you think you're looking at, you ain't looking at them. They ain't real.
I would love to see
ain't
that
real,
shit.
Baby.
I would love to see that film.
But for that bitch to yell that Gitmo shit, because y'all remember, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers like, man, these folk crazy talking about goddamn people in Gitmo, celebrities and all them motherfuckers in Gitmo get beheaded. This is off that child trafficking, a whole bunch of foul ass shit them motherfuckers was doing. This was another reason why they just wanted, they had to go ahead and kick that off, that pandemic. People to wear masks, people to stay in their houses and shit like that. You feel me? To hide, to cover up
the faces.
To cover up why y'all don't see them live anymore, like live on television and shit like that. To cover up a lot of that shit. A lot of them ended up on house arrest. Ellen DeGeneres was one of them. Wearing ankle bracelets. Oprah Winfrey, ankle bracelet. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't leave. Whole bunch of them. Obama too. And I think about a year into the pandemic, that's when nobody was hearing from them no more. And they staged this old lying ass shit for the masses to believe that Ellen DeGeneres situation had sexual harassment. People who was working on her team for the Ellen DeGeneres show, you know what I'm saying, was doing some sexual harassment shit. So they say they so-called canceled her show. Now, Newbie, it's your show. And let's say all of us in the after party are producers, stage, you know, whatever, and blah, 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 right?
Okay.
I fuck around and harass Chef Guided on his dang-a-lang. But your show gets canceled. That shit don't go together, right?
Absolutely not. Exactly.
Yeah, and ain't nobody seen or heard from this bitch. We went to CaliforniaArrest.com and typed in that bitch name, and it shows that hoe on house arrest and her criminal record.
That's public information.
Yeah, nigga, everything just about public information. And the only thing that's difficult is to find the rest of them, the other ones. This was a long time ago, so my memory fucked up. But the only thing that's difficult is to find who they really are. You know what I'm saying? Like, if their name is Clint Eastwood to you, and you type, you can't, that ain't their real name.
You mean as far as their stage
you
name
got to find their real fucking name.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Yeah, but Ellen is on there. That's her real goddamn name. Yeah, but it's hard to find all the other ones. I just remember a little bit 2 years ago, I was looking them up, trying to find all the ones, a list of every last one of them. They said, you know, that was on house arrest, but these are alias. These names that y'all believe is them, they're fucking alias. Those are not those celebrities' real fucking names and shit.
I'm baffled right now.
You baffled.
I mean, I don't.
Okay,
I know.
okay,
that, I can't believe what I see.
Okay, Google. I'm gonna do it this
90% to 95% of what you see.
I got you, baby. I'm gonna do it this way though. When this show go off, I'm gonna give you some links to watch.
I would definitely appreciate it, and I would definitely invest the time.
Oh, you are just you just one definitely type nigga I like. Definitely. Okay, I got something else. So yeah, but yeah, Virginia, that's her name, Virginia Thomas, Clarence Thomas. But you notice that Fox left it out about the whole Gitmo shit. So they after Clarence Thomas' wife, y'all. They after his wife and his wife bust back. And they wait until this nigga, you know, they got to get Clarence Thomas out the way and the wife out the way. They know too much. Thus, you have the educated Negro that don't know where, you know, what's the difference between a goddamn by a woman and a fucking man. That's possibly going to be confirmed. Oh, I got one more thing. This shit, wow. And then I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna take it out to some more shit some people have been sending me.
You're not gonna play this one, Di?
That ain't nothing to play. That's just 2 seconds. That's just the Fox.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's just Fox reporting that shit, but left it out. That she said Clarence Thomas' wife told Mark Meadows that the Biden crime family and ballot fraud co-conspirators would be living in barges off Gitmo to face military tribunals for sedition. Yeah. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas' wife floated what they call an outlandish conspiracy that members of the Biden crime family and ballot fraud co-conspirators were being sent to barges off of Guantanamo Bay to face military trials for sedition and newly uncovered text messages with former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. Virginia, Jeannie Thomas, a longtime conservative activist, text Meadows in the days after the 2020 election, according to the messages obtained by the House Committee investigating January 6th and reported on by the Washington Post, Bob Woodard, and blah, 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 blah. In 2020, in early 2021, falsely claiming online that officials, including Hillary Clinton and Representative Adam Schiff, had been rounded up in mass arrest, sent to Guantanamo, and executed for treason. They call it falsely claiming. Now, I just want to put on record, Don Nicoleone was the first one to say that Hillary Clinton was beheaded in Guantanamo Bay and Gitmo. I'm the first one to say that shit. Just got to put it on record. Let's bring in G. Still learning. I did, because as a matter of fact, I posted it all on Facebook and shit. The Daily Mail is the one that did it. The Daily Mail put all that shit on there. I got to find it. Come on, G. Give me a mic check, baby.
Hey, great day to the family. Hey, I'm gonna rebut that that Clarence Thomas thing. I don't think they're going after his wife. I think they're upset because Clarence Thomas was supposed to be on the vote for the vaccine to go forward, and he didn't follow the script. He actually spoke against the vaccine. I
said that the other day. I said that 2 weeks ago during the Fauci. Because
said that then?
Yes, sir, I did. I read the whole Supreme Court. This goes back because sweetheart. Actually I gave Doc all the cases of Clarence Thomas with the gene companies doing these vaxes and all this other type of shit.
Yes.
And I'll send it to your ass if you like. But this was a long time ago.
Now you know that. Go ahead, boss.
Well, all I'm gonna say is that Doc, this is a lot. It was a lot of pages on that case, but in a nutshell, Doc read some of it to me because I was on the road, so I was driving for 2 hours, so it was a good read. Where his decision was.
Right.
This was like shit, man. This had to have been I don't fucking know April of last year.
So he shut the shit. Well, The OSHA went this year. So, you know, some of them judges, they need to get a certain number. But Clarence Thomas didn't go with the playbook, and they're disappointed in that. Now, you know, Clarence Thomas used to be, AKA, we're going to call him Baptist, AKA Episcopalian. You know he's Catholic, right?
I don't know. I didn't know that.
Yeah. See, them Catholic, you got to be on the Catholic team in order to get this shit done. So the Catholics was just trying to put as many judges on the board, you know, just stack everything up so when they come after this damn country, you know, then knock the Protestants out of their position. Clarence Thomas went against the game. I'm just saying, I'm looking at this. You know, when you look at the Supreme Court, you would say, well, damn, why so many goddamn Catholics? Because it's about putting their people in place when they change some laws.
They all look like Catholics. They dress like Catholics.
They all Catholics, sis. That's what I'm saying. They put the Catholics put these people in place so when the laws come, there's nothing to challenge. And that's why a lot of other nations are watching us, because we the only goddamn nation that can create suit against corporations for torts, medical practice, anything. We the only country that can sue corporations, and that's the only thing Vatican ain't got on us. And that's why they're trying to shut this shit down. Joe Biden is losing right now. Motherfuckers are waking up.
Wow.
Motherfuckers sell you some terrible product, you can sue them. This is the only country you can do that. There's no other country that has the courts to sue a corporation.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's important.
Right. Also, with the whole gender biological situation, they have to get him out the way.
Wow, I didn't think about that one. All I know is that
it's a lot. The whole gender shit, they got to get him out the way. And mind you, because we're dealing with genes, when we say gender, it's all genes, genetic. And that was one of his reasons for this one particular case he was presiding over was, I think the name of the company might have been Gene Inc. or some shit. And that's the one that he, Doc said, man, that nigga wrote that shit like he was a geneticist.
Somebody hand that shit down.
Yeah.
Right. So
he's the one that said, that's why he said, you know, you cannot patent nature. He wrote all that shit to all them niggas, even that whole Fauci, NIH, and all them motherfuckers that was trying to get that, corona and all that shit. Yeah, and was way before y'all even knew this shit existed. This motherfucker, man, I don't know who the fuck Clarence Thomas is though, but this a badass man.
Yeah, he the motherfucker in favor of everybody better keep a goddamn gun. That's Clarence Thomas. That's him. He said every motherfucker should have a gun.
Now, what I'm hearing is that he's going
against. Right. Let me finish. I get out y'all's way and get back to the show.
Okay.
So he's going against the whole protocol. So they thought this shit was just going to be easy take. So rather than knock him off, they got to come against his wife and shit and look for some dirt. Because no sooner, right after the hearings of the OSHA, now he catching hell behind some dumb shit. Y'all go do your thing. Appreciate your boss. And you know I love WGAG. You my boss, man. Do your thing, Donnie.
Nah, G, you don't have to go. I just was saying that this conversation gives merit to the whole situation of Fauci being in witness protection and the Pope himself agreeing to the vaccinations.
Oh, yeah, the Pope don't count.
Why the Pope don't count, boss?
Because the motherfucker diabolically evil. All the popes. They all part of it.
Absolutely, because when you're trying to get a religious exemption, he did away with that.
Yep.
This the last of the land they're trying to get. And the motherfuckers are holding out. Like I said, I was saying on NIF show last week, as we were speaking, the motherfuckers in the South, that's why I might have to come join your ass, Georgia Peach. They changing all the rules and regulations. They said they ain't having it anymore.
Baby. I'm a goddamn Atlantean. I'm Atlantean.
Oh, that's right.
I'm a child of Atlantis, motherfucker. Getting
Floridian,
closer away from this shit.
from Atlantis. Okay, Mama, you're right. You're right.
Come back to me.
Landscape,
baby.
Hey, number love for you. Y'all going to do that. I'm going back in parking lot. Peace.
Okay. Thank you, G. You the best, man. You find anything else in that parking lot, come back and tell us, baby. Baby, no pearl. Outrage as Florida Governor DeSantis signed Don't Say Gay bill into law. Don't say gay. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed his controversial parental rights education bill into law on Monday, yesterday, March 28th. The legislation, also known as Don't Say Gay bill, bans teaching LGBT plus subjects, including gender identity or sexual orientation, to young students in kindergarten through third grade. DeSantis said the subjects can be taught to students in grades 4th or higher, but the lesson should be age and developmentally appropriate. Governor DeSantis, you already know, a Republican, said that parents should send their children to school for an education, not an indoctrination. So the bill drew criticism and backlash from LGBT plus groups and Hollywood celebrities who say children as young as ages 5 to 8 should learn about gender identities and transgenderism. I already told y'all about Raven-Symoné and the cast and crew of her Disney series Raven's Home joined Disney employees in a planned walkout last week. So here's what Raven said, who claims to be an openly lesbian on Instagram. She says, in support of our LGBT plus family and all of those who will be damaged, get the fuck out of here, and all of those who will be damaged by the Don't Say Gay bill, we, the cast of Raven's Home, are walking out. In today's world, it is imperative that we take stands, show support, and move forward, not backwards. Every family, every person, and every child deserves to be recognized no matter their race, gender, or sexual orientation. Education that reflects the truth and the world we live in is something we must fight for. These folks are delusional, ain't they?
Straight batshit crazy, Don.
Yeah,
batshit
man,
crazy.
Don't have people thinking that people shitting on LGBT. No, we're not shitting on LGBT. We shitting on LGBT. The fuck? We protected our children from LGBT, you sick fuck.
Life is confusing enough, Don.
We were taking our children for you sick ass motherfuckers trying to do that old sick diabolical shit to these babies. Fuck out of here. This ain't got nothing to do with nobody the fuck else but y'all sick ass motherfuckers trying to goddamn kick down the doors of goddamn nurseries and shit with that whole ass sick ass indoctrination fuck ass shit. Hell, you the fuck? God damn, these ain't even your kids, bitch. The fuck? Anyway, speaking of that, Nivette said teach children how to fill out a job application and how to invest in stocks. Interesting enough, Governor DeSantis signed another bill for the schools in Florida, and they have to implement financial programs and show them how to do stocks and all that type of shit. He put that in, and he did another bill, I don't know, a week or a month ago. Yeah. Teach them all that finance and, how to read NASDAQ and shit like that, I guess, and checks and balance and all this other type of stuff. Yeah.
That's well overdue.
In a minute, though, man, at the end of the day, your parents should be teaching your dumbasses that shit. Okay? Here I am, a high school dropout at 9th grade, and I taught my children all about even taxes. Even taxes, how to fill that shit out on their own. Show them how to keep record and account of every penny spent.
Show them how to keep that and keep books, even in taxes. I taught my children everything, hands-on. Not teaching them like a book, teaching them as in like, you know how, Mama, you cooking? No, bitch, you cooking. Get your ass in this motherfucker. I'm show you what to do. That type of shit. So my children did all the books, the record keeping for me for the years. They were young. You know what I'm saying? Yep, showed them how to fill out the book. So by the time it was time to do taxes, showed them how that shit was done. All of them was Tierra was probably still in middle school by that time. But you know, you're supposed to teach your children that shit. I ain't finna, look, I'm not, the fuck I look like. Everybody yelling what should be taught in schools, but what the fuck should be taught at home?
Everything, Doc.
Every goddamn thing. Everything. Now, I'm going to tell you what the problem is. You want to know what the problem is, Newbie? I'm going to tell you what the problem is. Ain't nobody at home with the kids. The goddamn woman, she wants to be all independent and liberated, get her a fucking job. The nigga got to get him a job. So, goddamn, where the children at? So both of you motherfuckers come home tired as fuck, doing 8 hours on the motherfucking job, and can't fucking teach the goddamn children nothing. Not even nothing that you do on the job. So what the fuck do y'all do on Friday nights and Saturdays and Sundays? Nothing. Probably go out to eat, and that's it. Go somewhere, movies, and that's it. And get ready for Monday through motherfucking Friday. Ain't no learning going on. Ain't no real teaching going on. Because ain't no woman in the goddamn house.
Nope. Attack on the household, Don.
Y'all heard Newbie.
That's all
nope.
it is.
Ain't no woman in the goddamn house. Oh shit. But that bitch gotta know, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. That's what that shit is about. School is not teaching these motherfuckers everything. It's an education, an edit dictation. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, like my daddy say, look at life as a school, you'll graduate, baby. So all day, every day, it's a goddamn school. All day, every day. No matter where you at. You ain't got to be in no building to learn some shit. Sit your ass down, little Timmy. About to learn. Y'all taught all my babies everything they need to know. Just about. You know what I'm saying? This after I left that nigga, though. It's important that you leave your nigga to pull this shit off. You gotta leave your nigga to teach his children. You know what I'm saying? Because man is a distraction. You ever seen a nigga come to your job with his dick inside of a goddamn bouquet of flowers? It's a distraction. Oh, shit. I got something else for y'all, man. Hold up. I have not checked this shit out, so this will be my first time. How y'all say it? How you spell Instagram? So this will be my first time. So let me go grab it. All right. It looks good because I know this nigga don't send me nothing that ain't good. So who the fuck is this? Let's start with this one. We need some sound, Nicole.
The raise is buying only from our own people. We'll only work for our own people.
Mind.
Chinese say, we'll never hire any black folk. You're never going to go.
Never mind, I don't want to hear no goddamn Claude Anderson, old ass, talking about goddamn black. Anytime you hear a nigga say black folks, turn him off. He too old.
Agreed.
Black folks. Never be able to hire black folks. Okay, why are Americans being reduced to eat dog food?
I really never understood hunger until I went on a fast. When I look at television, I see a dog food commercial, and I wanted some.
Oh, I remember that.
And after I came off the fast, I started checking. They sell more dog food in the stores next to the projects where the people are not permitted to have dogs. And for the first time, I was aware of how many people was eating dog food. And I'm more protected in that can of dog food if I'm poor and hungry with a family because the government don't give me that protection.
Alpo used to have a dog on it. It's no dog on it now because they know humans is eating it. We started doing the research one day, and we did a 50-mile radius of a city like Chicago. Where are the dogs? 85%.
Yes, Gregory, man. Wait a minute. You know he got a lot of time on his hands. Alpo used to have a dog on the can. Ain't no dog on the can now. Because they know niggas gonna eat it.
What, they gonna put a person's face on the damn product suit?
You know what?
It might as well, Don.
They took it off, man. Sometimes that shit goddamn fucked me up. I almost, back in the days, I wasn't sure. You know, when you go looking for some cans and shit. And I was like, man, why this shit look like dog food, man? You know, like, I don't know if this dog food or this goddamn pork and beans.
That reminds me of an old episode of Good Times. When there was this old, senior lady that was supposed to cook some dish for Thanksgiving, and they found out that she was eating dog food and, cat food. And they thought that whatever she was going to bring was going to have that in it, so they wouldn't eat the food. But they found out that it wasn't dog food. That's crazy.
It's goddamn dog food, man. And look, Nibet said Taco Bell been dog food. And I agree. Yeah, that's what they giving motherfuckers at Taco Bell, dog food. All types of shit. This shit wild. Too bad it's, okay, I can find it back. Let's listen to Gregory.
I really never understood hunger until I went on a fast. Then I look at television, I see a dog food commercial. And I wanted some. And then after I came off the fast, I started checking. They sell more dog food in the stores next to the projects where the people are not permitted to have dogs. And for the first time, I was aware of how many people was eating dog food. And I'm more protected in that can of dog food if I'm poor and hungry with a family because the government don't give me that protection.
Alpo used to have a dog on it. It's no dog on it now because they know humans is eating it. And we started doing the research one day, and we did a 50-mile radius of a city like Chicago. Where are the dogs? 85% dog, white suburban, okay? Where's 62% of dog food being sold in the ghetto? Now, the people that's eating it don't know there's more rigid laws for creating dog food than hamburger meat. But there's something happens to me when I'm reduced to the level that I'm eating what a dog eats. And when you look here, they got salt and seasoning. Since when do animals need salt and seasoning? They know who's using this.
I really never understood hunger until I went.
That nigga said, since when dogs need salt and seasoning?
That's reasoning right there, Don. That is reasoning.
Since when dogs need salt and seasoning, nigga?
You're right, because the dogs will eat their own feces, Don.
Them dogs eat salt and seasoning. They got a little cinnamon and nutmeg in their shit, child. Yeah. And that's interesting because back then, and what Gregory, the scene or the era that Dick Gregory is talking about, this shit wild, is the fact that, niggas didn't have dogs, but dog food made up 20% of their grocery stores. Niggas didn't have no goddamn dogs back then. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, that shit wild. And took the dog off the can of Alpo, and niggas is buying that shit, bringing it home to their fucking kids and they niggas and shit, bitches. Because, the black bitch got to cook, remember? And y'all want a bitch to cook. You want me to cook, motherfucker, you're going to be one dead nigga in the bed. Okay?
Alpo.
I will poison your fucking ass. Don't you ever think, motherfucker, I'm going to treat you right. Oh, shit. Hey, newbie. I just heard a voice that say, ask newbie. Don't ask newbie, but tell newbie. Newbie, you think your wife injected the Pfizer in your food? I'm just kidding. Never mind. All right, let's move on.
I cut the lettuce in my house, Don.
You cook the lettuce. All right, here's another one. See what else they got. Okay, here we go. Teens gallbladder removed. No, I'm not wasting time. All right, here we go. This is it. I think this is it. Look at this shit. Look at this. Look at that.
What the hell is she looking at? Nivette, what you looking at? What the hell she pulled out? What the hell did lady pulled out? Whole thing. Whole thing. All right, here's another. I don't know why this nigga sent me this shit, man. I thought this shit was good.
She put over 1,500 people in jail for blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris, your response.
She put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it.
And now the other chick about to be sworn in, she goddamn kept pedophiles and sex offenders out of jail, didn't she? Okay, all right. Let me see what this.
Why are weak men
such
a problem?
Well, weak people are a problem in general. And I don't mean physically weak. I mean cowardly, let's say, and deceitful, because I'm thinking it more in terms of moral weakness. Well, there's a variety of reasons. First of all, if you can't support your own weight, let's say, then someone else has to do it. And that's not good. And then if you don't make your pathway, if you don't pick a forthright and useful and noble pathway through life, then you'll become bitter and too hurt by the tragedy of existence. And then you tend to seek your revenge wherever you can get it. And that's not good. So it's a mistake on all fronts. It's not good for you. It's not good for your family. It's not good for the community. It's certainly not a good medium to long-term strategy, because life is very, very difficult and you have to be prepared for that.
Why are weak men such a problem?
Well, weak people are a problem in general. And I don't mean physically weak. I mean cowardly, let's say, and deceitful, because I'm thinking it more in terms of moral weakness. Well, there's a variety of reasons. First of all, if you can't support your own weight, let's say, then someone else has to do it. And that's not good. And then if you don't make your pathway, if you don't pick a forthright and useful and noble pathway through life, then you'll become bitter and too hurt by the tragedy of existence. And then you tend to seek your revenge wherever you can get it. And that's not good. So it's a mistake on all fronts. It's not good for you. It's not good for your family. It's not good for the community. It's certainly not a good medium to long-term.
The question was asked, why are men weak? And he said, well, shit, people, goddamn it, weak. Nigga, man is people. Listen, a woman's supposed to be weak, remember? She's a female, she's stupid, she's less than a man, motherfucker. Okay, so stop saying people. It's man, okay? It's man. Why is man fucking weak? Why is man fucking weak? He ain't supposed to be weak. Only a woman.
Strategy, because life is very, very difficult and you have to be prepared for that.
Why are weak men such a problem?
Well, weak people are a problem in general. And I don't mean physically weak. I mean cowardly, let's say, and deceitful, because I'm thinking it more in terms of moral weakness. Well, there's a variety of reasons. First of all, if you can't support your own weight, let's say, then someone else has to do it. And that's not good. And then if you don't make your pathway, if you don't pick a forthright and useful and noble pathway through life, then you'll become bitter and too hurt by the tragedy of existence. And then you tend to seek your revenge wherever you can get it. And that's not good. So it's a mistake on all fronts. It's not good for you.
Anyway, so he said, why are weak men the problem? He says people, period. But no. Okay, I got something for y'all. Newbie, I need you on the line, okay?
I'm here, Doc.
Newbie, you there? All right, because I got to have somebody be able to answer these questions voicely. And everybody else get ready to get to typing. First of all, let me give an introduction of who and what I am. I realize that I am a physicist. Okay?
That's what I naturally am, a physicist. How many of you guys today can actually say you are a physicist? Do you know you are a physicist? Do you know you are a physicist? Do you know what physics means? Okay? Well, you should be a physicist by now if you've been rocking with WGAG Radio, because the majority of the information that we have received thus far from Measy is all physics. Yes or no?
Yes.
It's physics, quantum physics at that. Now, I think it's Isaac Newton. Is it Isaac Newton or is that other guy? One of them motherfuckers. Okay, Don used to talk about it a long time ago, and one day I actually what made it click with this particular one. Help me out if y'all remember who actually figured this shit out. When an outside force comes in and disturbs something, it's called friction or some shit, right? I don't know if it's Isaac Newton or whoever the fuck else it could be, right? In other words,
friction is an opposing force.
Okay, good. An opposing force, friction. So anyway, I'm watching something a long time ago for the new people who just used to Don Nicoleone show this month or some shit. A long time ago. And there's a dollar bill on the table. Can everybody see a dollar bill on the table? A $1 bill sitting on a coffee table. And on top of that $1 bill is a empty beer bottle, a glass beer bottle. Let's say Miller or some old shit. Can you see the beer bottle on top of the dollar bill and the dollar bill is on top of the table? Can you see it?
I can see it, Tom.
Okay, good. Now the purpose is to remove the dollar bill from underneath the beer bottle without moving the beer bottle, without breaking it or tilting the beer bottle over. You got it? That's the purpose.
I got that.
Okay, good. Okay, without disturbing the beer bottle. Now, so the table is in its natural vibration. The dollar bill on top of the table is peaceful in its natural vibration. And the beer glass bottle is on top of the dollar in its peaceful, natural vibration. All three of these elements are what we would call stable. Okay? You, newbie, is the outside force. Okay?
Okay.
And you want to come in and take the dollar bill, remove the dollar bill off the table that the beer bottle is on top of the dollar bill at the same time, right? Without disturbing the beer bottle or the goddamn table. So the mission is how to move the dollar bill from underneath the beer bottle that's on top of it without breaking or making the tip the beer bottle or without causing friction. Got it? Anyway, okay. I know how to do that. Okay. So that's not the point. Okay. But when I studied this particular thing, all I saw was life. Okay, and it might have been Isaac Newton. I wanted to ask you who was it, who said something, whatever. But I think it's Isaac Newton's situation. But anyway, when I studied that particular situation with the dollar bill, the table, and the beer bottle, I saw life. I saw life. That's the first time. And so with physics, if you understand physics or quantum physics, you apply it to your life. You see it as life. You understand? It's life. So obviously an outside force always come in and cause friction. But in this case, you, newbie, will have to figure out how not to cause the friction and still be able to get what you want without disturbing the stability of, the beer bottle, okay, because it's on top of the dollar. Feel me? How to do it peacefully and naturally. So anyway, I started this life, and I said, damn, that explains it. That explains how, how do you call it, regarding life. That explains how violence happens, hostility, comes into play. Because if I rip something from you, and let's say you are, if I rip something from you, you're gonna notice it, and it's gonna cause us some problems. Yes or no? It's gonna cause us some problems, right? Okay. So that was a long time ago, okay, that I figured out what friction, like you're minding your business, you're in your home, and something comes in and disturbs it all. You understand? Disturbs the natural vibration of everything that was vibrating in that shit when an outside force comes in. Got it? Okay, Zena, you ready? Zena, where you at? Where you at, Zena? Okay, now, all right. Zena, this the good I got for you, baby. All right, so I just had to run it back, okay, to that part, because I realized in order for me to absolutely be able to understand what I'm into, I have to see it, and I have to see it for what it is, for what things are really are. I'm gonna take it slow because I'm having a hard time trying to explain it. I know it don't make sense right now. I'm babbling. Okay. Stability. Y'all know that word, stability? Yes. Everybody know the word stability. Now, don't Google, don't do any of that bullshit. Tell me, what is stability to you all here? You can use one word or 2, 3 words, but what does stability mean to you?
Still or motionless?
Stability, still or motionless. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna get a piece of paper and write this stuff down. Okay. Okay. Stability to newbie is still and motionless. Anybody else? Come on, get to typing. Okay. Hold up, because I gotta write this down because I'm learning from you guys. Quick sheet. All right, here we go. All right, so stability is still, right, newbie?
Yes.
And motionless. Okay. Motionless. All right. Nibet says stability is to stand on your own. Now, for the record, I still want y'all to keep in mind you are the dollar bill or the beer bottle or the table. It doesn't matter. I still want y'all to still keep that Isaac Newton little shit, how outside friction comes in and blah, blah, blah. Okay? Marie, great day, Marie. She says strong foundation. Okay. Stability, strong foundation. Okay. Sweet Oshun says peace. Okay. All right. All right. Now, anybody else before I move on? Zena, give me one because I want you to participate. It's the good. Anybody else? Zena, I want you to give me one, man. Boss lady, great day. Toriano, sorry. Colin say balance. Okay, good word. And I'll tell you why that's a good word. Okay, balance. Okay, because remember, see, everything is balancing on each other. The table, the dollar bill, the fucking beer bottle. Okay, Zena, set and poised. set or poised. Okay. All right. Elise says solid. Okay. Now, I need somebody to do me a favor. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Now I want you to look up the word stability. No, matter of fact, okay, fine. Yeah, look up the word stability. Somebody look up the word stability. Newbie, can you grab it real quick? Somebody just look up the word stability.
Type in right now.
Okay. Good. Okay. Now, we say this word all the time. I know that's one of my words, you know what I'm saying? Some people drop the word. Some people drop the word ability and just be like they just want to be stable, right? Instead of using stability. I want to be stable. I want some, or I need some stability. Well, physics is a motherfucker, okay? Just like the outside force that comes and disturbs your vibration, and the friction between that's coming in can cause so much friction, all right, and disturbance. Okay, so give me just the regular definition.
Definition: the quality, state, or degree of being stable, such as the strength to stand or endure, firmness.
Okay, now, sounds cute, right? Sounds cute, right?
Okay.
Okay, that's not true. Read it again, one more time.
The quality, state, or degree of being stable, such as the strength to stand or endure, firmness.
Okay, that's not true. And I'll tell you why that's not true. And you're going to find out that's not true. I want you to now pull up the physics definition of stability. And it all starts to make sense with your life. Give us the physics definition.
A system is said to be in stable equilibrium if, when displaced from equilibrium, it experiences a net force or torque in a direction opposite to the direction of the displacement.
Okay, that is not a good definition, but it's keywords in there. One of the keywords in there is what? Equilibrium.
Equilibrium.
Okay, so that goes to Toriano saying balance, right? Because if you think equilibrium, you think of balance, okay? So
I can see that.
Stability is about being balanced. That's equilibrium. So the answer in physics to the definition of stability is equilibrium, balance. Remember, the dollar, the beer bottle is balanced until an outside friction comes in, right? So now pull up a little bit of better definition. I got a definition for it. Stability. Understand this, okay? Here we go. Stability. Okay? The word stability, you hear the word ability in it, right? Ability?
Yes.
Okay. So stability is the inherent ability. I need y'all to write this down. Stability is the inherent ability to return or not return to your original state after being disturbed by an outside force. That's stability. Can y'all understand that? Again, it's an inherent ability. It's not something outside you. It's in you. It's an inherent ability, okay? But this is going to scare the hell out of some of y'all. It fucked me up last night, okay? It's an inherent ability to return or not to return, okay? To return or not. And you're going to find out why the world is in the state, well, the masses, there's certain people that are in the states that they're in and others are in the opposite. An inherent ability to return or not return. All right? To your original state to your original, I'm writing it down, original state after being disturbed by an outside force. Okay? That's stability. After being disturbed, you hear me? Being disturbed by an outside force. I need somebody to write it down, because I'm writing. Inheritability to return or not return to your original state after being disturbed by an outside force. Okay? You understand? Okay? So even if, let's say, Sweet Oshun, even if, okay, you are in the state of stability, and I show up, right, and I disturb this shit, right, even if you don't return to your original state, you have now created a whole nother type of stability. Okay? You understand? You hear me? Y'all get it? Does it make sense so far? Right, okay. Because stability is the inherent ability to return or not to return to your original state after being disturbed by an outside force. Right? So whatever you were doing before I showed up in your life and disturbed it, right? Most people will return back to its original state or stay in that state after being disturbed by an outside force. That both of these are still stability. You understand? You're going to be stable, or you know what I'm saying? You're going to still have an inherited stability in whatever. You don't have to return to, or you can stay what just happened in this friction that disturbed you. But that is still stability. You understand? Everybody clear?
Clear.
All right. So again, stability is the inherent ability to return to or not return to your original state after being disturbed by an outside force. Can you see the life as it is now with a true definition of stability? You know what I'm saying? So if something fucked up happens to a person and they were already in its original state and something happened to them, they end up into a whole new state, which becomes their original state after the outside force disturbed them, and that's still stability. So stability is something that it just is, no matter what the fuck happens, whether you return back to your original state or not return after, you know what I'm saying, being disturbed by an outside force. You still in the state of stability, okay? Marie says, why is to not return? Because if you look at physics and then look at life, you'll find out that when an outside force comes in and disturbs the person's original state, right, you notice that most of them don't return. The majority, I don't return back to my original state because of this force that disturbs me. So if you look at life, you'll understand, you'll be able to see this. Most people don't return. The frictions that happens, the outside disturbance that comes in, or the force that comes in, that fucks us up, it makes we end up in a whole nother state of stability after that. Okay? You understand? Now, here's another one, okay? All right, I'm an outside force. I'm going to use myself, okay? And I come in to J1's life, right? J1 is already in the state of stability. I am in the state of stability because it is an inherent ability, okay? It is an inherent ability. Now, here's what it is. Me and J1 start kicking it. I have a lavish lifestyle, okay? I have a lavish lifestyle, and she doesn't. And I just disturbed that, but we kicking it. So she is now, you know what I'm saying, is, how do you call it? Indulging in my
90 seconds.
lifestyle.
we separate, Marie. I'm no longer fucking with her. She's no longer fucking with me. Okay? Now, more likely, see, this is the return back to his original state now. So let's say after, time has separated us, she turns back into her original state. Okay? You see that? Can y'all see that? Newbie, can you see it?
60 seconds.
Once I leave, she will return back to her original state. Okay? Everybody clear? Can y'all see it? And we're going into overtime. Damn, this is quick. All right. So that's why.
I see it, Don. I see it.
Right. So that is why the inherent ability to return or not return to your original state. Yes, most people is like, God damn, girl, you were showing the world. You know what I'm saying? You had all this, you was with such and such, and now you ain't got a goddamn thing now. Well, she returned back to her original state. You understand? Even I'm being the outside friction, but she will return back. So that's what that means, Marie. I hope you're able to understand the inherent ability to return or not to return to your original state after being disturbed by an outside force. Everybody clear? Okay. So that's why if you see, like, remember the guy that was talking, Newbie, having that breakdown over what's his name, Diddy and shit. He's at the bottom again where he started.
Yeah, from
so
making
he had
it bang,
all this. Yeah. So Diddy was the friction, right? But homeboy returned back to his original state after being disturbed by the outside force. Okay, he didn't keep living it, so he returned back to his original state. So again, an inherent ability or stability is an inherent ability to return or not to return to your original state after being disturbed by an outside force. Now, let's go to equilibrium for Collins, using the word balance, because according to the physics definition that Newbie gave us, the word equilibrium is in there. Right? Am I right, Newbie? Right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So, shit. We need a better definition in physics, like, you know what I'm saying, to put it plain and simple for stability. But I gave y'all stability. So now somebody look up equilibrium, okay? But I know for a fact that equilibrium deals with balance, okay? You got it. And stability is equilibrium. You know, that's part of it, okay? And you know what equilibrium is, right? The swaying of back and forth. You understand? Like a pendulum. Got it? That's natural. The sway back and forth, or like a pendulum. Got it? Okay. So this is what. Okay. So this is what happens. Okay. Right now you got stability. Right. Here is something interesting. Let me just call. Okay, so you have stability. Everybody know that equilibrium is basically the sway back and forth, or just think of a pendulum. Back to stability. You have something that is considered a positive stability, right? And you have everything is positive. This shit is wild. But you have a positive stability, all right? Positive stability, a matter of fact, let's just deal with static stability. Positive static stability. And somebody look up the word static and you're going to find this shit out. Okay, static friction, static, you know what I'm saying? You know how you throw that static cleaner in your laundry dryer so your clothes won't come out static. Well, you have a positive static stability that also happens in your life. The laws of physics is better than the law of man, I tell you. So this positive static stability, physics, newbie, if anybody, can y'all look up positive static
stability. If you look at positive static stability,
looking it up.
Positive static stability. Positive static stability. Okay. Now,
positive static stability. Is the initial tendency to return to an undisturbed state after a disturbance.
Okay. You say it again?
Is the initial tendency to return to an undisturbed state after a disturbance.
Okay. See, that's a little bit different, right? Right? Is that definition different from stability? A little bit?
Yes.
Say it to me one more time. I got to write it down. The initial what?
Positive static stability is the initial tendency to return to an undisturbed state after a disturbance.
Okay, to return to an undisturbed. Wait. The initial tendency to return to what?
Initial tendency to return to an undisturbed state after a disturbance.
That's right. All right. Okay. Does that sound good? Y'all like that definition? An initial tendency to return to an undisturbed state after being disturbed. That shit hot, ain't it? You like that? Okay? It's a tendency. An initial tendency to return to an undisturbed state after being disturbed. Can y'all see it? Can you see it in the back? Can you see it, J1? Right? Can you see it? Okay. So first, we just have stability, right? Well, we can return or not return, right, to our original state after being disturbed. But positive static stability is the initial tendency to return to an undisturbed state after being disturbed. How the fuck can y'all pull this off? Okay, that's why this is not an ability. This is an initial tendency. You want to go back to the way it was originally to your state. That is an initial tendency, something that we all would like to fucking do after being disturbed. Okay, so the positive static stability is the initial tendency to return to an undisturbed state after being disturbed. How many of y'all today can successfully say that you actually did this? You did a positive static stability in your life at one point, or today, or yesterday, or last week. Who gives a fuck? You know, and not knowing that this is all physics, dear. Positive static stability is the initial tendency to return to an undisturbed state after being disturbed. Stability is what? An inherent ability to return or not return to its original condition after being disturbed by an outside force. But positive static stability is a little different than stability, isn't it, Nick Bat? Isn't it? It's a little bit different. It's now the tendency to return to an undisturbed state after being disturbed. Okay? All right. Now, I need negative stability, static stability. So we just did positive. What's wrong with the world today? Things have got to get better. I need negative. Somebody type in negative static stability. You got your positive. We need your negative static stability now. So y'all get to see what's going on with your life. Bye.
So negative status?
Negative static stability.
Okay.
Yeah, baby. Stability. Negative static stability. So we know that positive static stability is the initial tendency to return to
in undisturbed state after being disturbed. So what is negative static stability?
Okay. Is the initial tendency of it says aircraft here.
Fuck it, give it to us.
All right.
Just eliminate whatever airplane or whatever, and just say state or it or thing or object. Fine, because they're not gonna get it if you.
Yeah, most of them saying.
Okay, so just
they're
say.
associated
So what?
with FAA. Is the initial tendency of an aircraft to return to the original position when it's disturbed? There are three kinds of static stability: positive, neutral,
Wait,
and
no.
negative.
Negative static stability is the what? What is the negative part? That's all we need. Hold up.
Negative stability, a condition in which the aircraft tends to move away from its original position when disturbed from its original position, even when external force has been removed.
Okay, now eliminate the word aircraft and just say person so these people can see it. Told you I'm a physics.
A condition in which a person tends to move away from its original position when disturbed from its original position, even when external force has been removed.
See? Ain't that fine? Did y'all hear that? Use the word person again.
Absolutely.
Do it again. Negative static stability. Do it slow because I got to write this definition down.
A condition in which a person tends to move away from its original position when disturbed from its original position, even when external force has been removed.
Wow. A condition what?
A condition in which a person, place, or thing tends to move away from its original position when disturbed from its original position, even when external force has been removed.
Okay, so I'm writing it down. A negative static stability is a condition in which a person tends to move away from its original position. And what happens after that?
When disturbed from its original position.
When disturbed from its
original
position.
Even when external force has been removed.
Even when
external forces have been removed.
External forces have been removed. When you hear that, newbie, explain it.
Explain it. It says so many things to me.
I know.
It says a lot to
you're
me.
a physicist.
Because why would it continue in its path, when there's no external force pushing it away anymore?
Exactly.
Unless the course that it was already on is not the course it was meant to be on,
Okay. Wait. J1 wants you to do it again. Okay, I'll do it because Newbie done did. Well, Newbie.
I can do it again, Don.
Okay, good.
I can do it again.
So then I can check what I wrote. Negative static stability, J1. Pay attention now. We ain't got but 40 minutes remaining.
A condition in which a person tends to move away from its original position when disturbed from its original position, even when external force has been removed.
Now, we have, if you look at life.
That's a big difference, Don.
Absolutely. If you look at life, maybe not yours, because some people don't like looking in the mirror, but if you look at others, they're in a negative static stability. They're living in a negative static stability. And what is that again? A condition in which a person tends to move away from its original position when disturbed from its original position. That's what it says?
Yes, Don.
Even when external forces have been removed.
Removed, yes.
Right. A condition when a person tends to move away from its original position. When disturbed from its original position. Even when external forces have been moved. Negative static stability. And key word is the original position, right? In a sense. Where were you?
That's the most important word.
Yeah. It's like, where were you before this happened? What was you doing? Where were you? What state was you in? Where were you before this happened? Right. And the thing is like, how do you move back to your original position? But with this happening to them, they move away. Negative static stability, they move away from its original position when disturbed from its original position. When it was disturbed originally in that position, even when external forces have been removed. Powerful, right? Powerful.
Very.
Okay.
Very.
Now look up. So what we got so far? Now do y'all know what stability really is? Huh? Positive static stability, because the static has to be in there now. The negative static stability.
Correct.
Neutral static stability. Neutral. Neutral static stability.
You want to do neutral, Don?
Yes, neutral. I'm writing. Neutral static stability. Neutral static stability. Can you see this shit, Zena? Can you see it? Can you see it? You got it, boss lady. Great day, boss lady. All right.
I'm looking here.
Okay. And, if it's talking about water or airplanes or a goddamn ball falling off a building, replace it with a person.
The ones I get are aircraft related.
Okay, I know. That's how I found it. So, but you have to relate everything you learn to your personal life itself. That's why I do that. So when I was reading up on aircraft stability, this shit popped up. And I said, what the fuck? This shit is life. This is life. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? This is all about life. Physics is life. So, replace the words with aircraft to people, and then so they can see it, because these are humans.
Okay.
They wouldn't understand it.
A person that has neutral static stability tends to stay in its new attitude when it's disturbed.
See that? Ain't that something? One more time. A person who what?
A person that has a neutral static stability tends to stay in its new attitude when it's disturbed.
A person who tends to stay in what?
In its new attitude when it's disturbed.
Okay. All right. Wow. A person who tends to stay in its new attitude when it is disturbed. Got it? Is that what it say? Did I get that right?
That's right. That's right.
That's neutral, y'all. That's neutral stability, a neutral static stability, a person who tends to stay in its new attitude when it's disturbed. Sound familiar? Do y'all study people? Sound familiar?
Oh, yeah.
Can you see it?
Crystal clear.
Yeah. Okay, Marie, what you got? So because outside forces can get you off your dean, is that the negative static? Well, naturally, we have, okay, which static are you referring to? The negative static probably, right? You think Marie is referring to the negative static, newbie?
What is she saying?
Because outside forces, she says, this is a question. So she's asking because outside forces can get you off your dean, is that the negative static? That's the question.
It's negative static if you stay on the course that outside dean got you on. That's neutral. Yes, that'll be neutral static.
Negative static is a condition in which a person tends to move away from its original position when disturbed from its original position. So I'm not sure which one she's talking about.
That's negative. That's negative. But if it moves you off your dean and you stay on that course that it moved you on to, that's neutral.
Okay, a neutral static stability, a person who tends to stay in its new attitude when it's disturbed. So what?
Right.
Yeah. Dean is life for those that need to know. When she said Dean, you know she's an Ansar-Allah. She's an Ansar-Allah. She's an Ada of Allah using Dean. Okay, it can only get you off your Dean if you're not on your Dean. Not true, sweet Oshun. The thing about it, friction is here. It's all part of it. Outside forces is here. What we are is how we translate our lives in regarding outside disturbances. That is what it is. You understand? That is what it is. It's not this. First of all, this is not neither good or bad or any of that. You know what I'm saying? None of it. It is. Listen, to be honest with you, if you really look in the mirror, you'll find out that yes, you are stable. Yes, you have experienced positive static stability, negative static stability, and neutral static stability.
Agreed, Don.
You have to really take yourself out of this shit. You have to see it physically. You know what I'm saying? As a physics, that this happens to us and is happening to us now. Just like, so it's not bad or good. However, we still have stability in this shit. That's the reality. You know what I'm saying? It's still stability in it. It's still stability. Positive static is still stability. Negative static is still stability. Neutral static is still stability. And what is stability? An inherent ability to return or not to return to your original state after being disturbed by an outside force, right? That's stability. So either way, if you return, the tendency to return to an undisturbed state after being disturbed, that's positive, static, stability. So if you go back to the way you was, you know what I'm saying, or to the state you was after being disturbed, that's great. For some, it may fuck up others. Till another
but not only that, Don,
shows up.
But maybe you were on a bad course and you're now on a better course. That's not all too great either.
Right. Well, you know what? Let's take a day. Let's just take a day or 24 hours and not like a lifetime. Okay? Because it looks like some of y'all are looking back in your past. So you're not paying attention to the now. So let's take a day. Okay. Let's take 24 hours that took place maybe yesterday or today. Just look at today. Okay? Everything is in its stability. Right? But we just need to find out, is it in a positive static stability, neutral static stability, based on 24 hours ago. Okay? You understand?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so look at your 24 hours yesterday, like when you woke up and blah, 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 blah. And then if you pay attention to the outside disturbance or the force, that's very key. You have to pay attention to it. In order to answer this question, scientifically about your life. We're scientists here. We're not just walking around like fish on the hook. So we figuring this thing out, right? So interesting enough, if you take it on a day-to-day, if you see it on a day-to-day, no matter what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? You could be on the phone, and you talk on the phone from 2 to 3 o'clock for 1 hour. But a call comes in between that. That would be, that you don't normally talk to. You staying focused on whatever you do on your path for that day. And a call that has nothing to do with why you are making calls between 2 and 3 o'clock. You understand? And this call comes in. That would be considered a friction. Naturally, you speak to the call and you hang up and you return back to your original state. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right, which has nothing to do with all the calls that you make within that hour. Right? So naturally you return back into your original state and continue doing your calls. Or it was such a disturbance that it threw you off and you can no longer go back to your original state, which was 5 fucking minutes ago. At that time. You get me? So now it has totally disturbed you. Got it?
100%.
So in this case, Newbie, which static stability are they operating in now? We know it's not positive. So it has to be either negative or neutral.
I would think it would be neutral, Don.
And neutral is a person who tends to stay in this new attitude when it's disturbed. So here's a question. Yes. Maybe it also deals with personality. Maybe it's, once you disturb, do you stay in your new attitude? Where now you just give up and don't go back to your original state? I've done it at times. I've done it. Once I'm disturbed, I say, fuck it, I'm not doing nothing. I'm so pissed off. And I stay in that state for a long goddamn time. An hour could be a long time to me. Because now I'm completely like, fuck this shit. Okay? So however long, it doesn't matter the timing, but the fact that we do end up neutral. See, and we think we're pissed off, right? But if we no longer look at it emotionally and look at it in the mind of quantum physics, we understand that we are in a neutral static stability because now we tend to stay in that new attitude when it's disturbed. And you think neutral just means what? The whole damn time. They have us thinking that neutral is just like in the center or somewhere.
It's like the middle ground, yes, Don.
Yeah, it's not.
No pole. It's not polarized.
It's not, but it's not. It's the fact that we're going to stay like this.
Boom.
Yeah. We're going to just stay in this state after being disturbed. While negative, you're going to either move away from your original position. See, that's interesting, right? Negative static is a condition in which a person tends to move away from its original position when disturbed from its original position. This is kind of interesting, right? And one that stays in that attitude once being disturbed is neutral. This happens every single day of our lives, not just our past. You know what I'm saying? They can interfere every second, minute, and fucking hour, the outside disturbance. It's how we create the next static ability, be it positive, negative, or neutral. That's what this shit is about. That shit fine.
It's concise, Don.
It is concise than a motherfucker. And I realize why they separate physics from everything else. Because people would never figure this shit out. And people
physics
don't go
higher
into
learning,
physics.
Don.
It's actually
higher learning.
It's scary. It looks intimidating, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? Physics seems, intimidating. That's how Mr. White Man had it. Oh, the great physicists gave us, every this and like that. Every action is an equal opposite reaction, right? And then it hits you later, like, damn, that's duh, like duh.
Common sense, right?
Yeah, it's all common sense. It's all common sense, but they make it seem intimidating. Because you have Sir Isaac Newton and Tesla and what's the guy? Einstein and all the rest of them motherfuckers and however many they got. And it's like, and then they call them a genius. So it makes you feel like you're not. So you have to stay away from that shit. All they did was study life. And a lot of their examples that they give is putting a bowl of water, putting water in a bowl and stirring it up, and then called it what, newbie?
Centrifugal force or a centripetal force.
Exactly. Say it again, newbie.
A centrifugal force or a centripetal force.
And that's all they did. Well, throw water in a bowl.
One is moving away, the other one is moving towards you.
Okay. Ooh, Newbie, you're a genius. Newbie's a fucking genius. Oh, I'm intimidated.
Yeah, it's all around us. Quantum physics. It's all around us. It happens to us all day, every day. Even when you put cream and sugar in your coffee, you are a physicist because you're storing the shit up. You are using one of centrifugal and centrifugal forces.
Yeah, Dad. You're not just a physicist. You're a chemist as well.
That's true. That's true. That's true. So I say all of that so that we can actually start paying attention to the disturbance in our lives and find out where we want to do. Like after the disturbance comes, do we go back to our original state? Do we move away from it? Or do we stay neutral and keep the same goddamn and develop a new attitude and stay in the state of disturbance by way of neutral static stability? So now we understand that stability is not what we think it is. Now we know what stability actually is. Okay? It's the inherent ability to return or not to return to your original state after being disturbed by an outside force. That's what it is. Okay? And it does deal with balance, equilibrium. What does the physics say about equilibrium? I think they all agree on that definition, though. So, just something to watch. So I gave y'all neutral? Gave y'all negative? Okay, I gave y'all all that shit. Okay, good. Positive static, neutral static, and negative static stability. Okay? Now, here's something else. It's not over. Okay? It's not over, y'all. It's not over. Okay? Zena, you still dancing with me, baby? This is not over. It's not over at all. Okay? It is not over. You ready? I looked these words up too. Hold up. Because now you have time. Time is important, boys and girls. Okay? How long are you going to stay in that negative, positive, or neutral stability? Time is important. Okay? We have waves all around us. Even our brain send out waves. Brain waves. Yes or no? Right? Okay. We have waves based on even our vibration. It's emitting waves of vibration. Got it? Frequency. Whatever the fuck you want to say. Okay? Got it? So this is not all. Okay? You ever heard somebody say, such and such came in and dampened my day? You ever hear anybody use the word dampen?
Yep.
Okay. Well, it's time to look up the word damp. Okay? It's time to look up the word damp, boo. We got to look up the word damp.
You want damp or damping?
Damping. Damping. In the laws of physics or any, fuck it, damping. Absolutely. So damping ain't got nothing to do with, dap the napkin and wipe your cheek. This is physics, my child. So,
all right, I have something for you, Don.
Okay. Damping. Damp.
Okay. Damping is an influence within or upon an oscillatory system that has the effect of reducing or preventing its oscillation.
Okay, first we got to understand what oscillation is, right? Anybody familiar with oscillation? That's very important.
Yes.
Okay, good. Explain what oscillation is for them.
Oscillation is I'm sure everybody's had a fan in their life before. And when you pull that little knob on the top, it oscillates from side to side. That's
like
what
a
oscillating
pendulum.
means. Yes.
Like a pendulum. Absolutely. Oscillation is like a pendulum. It moves or swing back and forth. I said fucking.
From right to left.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right.
So that's oscillating.
Right, that's oscillating. Thank you. So give us the definition of damp again.
Damping is an influence within or upon an oscillating system that has the effect of reducing or preventing its oscillation.
Now, here's the most interesting thing. The first time I've ever heard the word oscillation, okay, and the most recent time I heard the word oscillation or oscillating or oscillated is in the Holy Tablets last Saturday, Newbie. Not the Saturday just passed, the other Saturday. It's in there, oscillation. It's in there, okay? That's the most recent time I've heard it, okay? But the first time I heard it was, of course, by Dr. York, the only physicist I fuck with, right? But the most recent time was in the Holy Tablets. It was 2 Saturdays ago. So not this Saturday, the other Saturday. Oscillation is in that bitch. And we just ran right through it and then didn't give two fucks about it. I think I probably was reading. It was like oscillation, blah, 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 whatever came after that. So oscillation is the movement of swinging back and forth, right? And damp is an influence, right? Did it say influence?
Yes.
Mm.
Hold on. I'll pull it up again.
Yeah, damp. You said damping is an influence or is something inward that takes place or some shit, right? Or outward or some shit. So we know oscillation is moving back and forth, so think of a pendulum.
It's an influence within or upon an oscillatory system that has the effect of reducing or preventing.
Okay, let's change it because we don't want to throw these people off. So damping is an influence, what?
Damping is an influence within or upon.
Okay, within. Let's stop right there. Within or upon, right? Within or upon, right? Okay, keep going.
So an oscillatory system or anything that oscillates. That has
anything that oscillates. Okay.
Right.
Got it. So that's just damping.
Anything that goes back and forth.
Well, we know oscillation is, but damping is an influence within or upon, right?
An oscillatory system that has the effect of reducing or preventing its oscillating.
Okay, reducing or preventing the pendulum to swing back and forth. Oscillation.
Correct.
Okay, equilibrium. That's very important, equilibrium. Okay, so that's damp, right? That's damping. Okay?
Yes.
It also reduces with time. Damp oscillation, if you look that up. Oh, shit, chapter 7, tablet 13, verse 37. Damn, Zena, can you hit one real quick and just read that part? How the fuck can you find that damn word out of all the words in the damn book, oscillation, and know what chapters and tablet and shit? God damn, you fucking kidding me? Yeah, let's hear what Dr. York was talking about about oscillation, why he mentioned that. Chapter 7, tablet 13. Oh, no, we ain't even in chapter 7 yet. So it pops up again, obviously, because we're in chapter 6. But it was in chapter 5, if I'm not mistaken. 2 Saturdays ago. So he got it in there again. The living soul, chapter 7, tablet 13. Anybody got the book? Anybody got the Holy Tablets? Anybody can read it? No, that's fine. That's the living soul. Let's see how he say that. Just keep it right there. That's fine. Living soul, chapter 7, tablet 13, verse 37. Zena, give me a mic check.
Hey, mic check.
Great day.
All right, so it says, at verse 36, it says, the mind does not work this way. Verse 37, its oscillating waves are merely bouncing back and forth with lightning velocity between the two ideas. The mind can only do one thing at a time. Anyone who can imagine that a mundane...
Okay, bypass all that. Go back up. We started at 37, 36. Take us maybe to 35. So how he gradually get into the oscillating of the mind, how the mind oscillates.
All right. Verse 35. People sometimes pride themselves on being able to think of two things at once. And then it says the mind does not work this way. Its oscillating waves are merely bouncing back and forth with lightning velocity between the two ideas.
Okay, so he's saying that the mind is doing what again? Oscillating?
Back and forth between the two ideas.
Between the two ideas. Okay. And according to Nubi, damping is what? The influence within or upon that reduces what? Damping. The damp. This is all based on time, by the way, because damp oscillation reduces with time. It's an oscillation that reduces with time. Time is key here. Time is key, right? Time is the most important thing in a sense. So do you have time to, again, everything you're still going to be stable. It's still stability. Everything, you'll still be in stability. Doesn't matter. So even if you disturb and never go back to your original blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? You're still in stability. You know what I'm saying? You're still in stability. Even if you're in neutral static with an attitude, you're still in stability. But now we're dealing with damp oscillation, because damp oscillation or undamped oscillation or goddamn fucking divergent oscillation still is happening simultaneously through stability at the same fucking time. Now I'm sounding like a weird scientist. Never mind. I figure out how to explain it without having to use those fucking words. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, Zena. I'm still using that sound like one of them motherfuckers on TV and shit. But all of it is still happening simultaneously. So that undamped, damping oscillation reduces with time. Undamped oscillation is a motion without any damping force on it. So it remains constant throughout the motion. But here's what's wild, okay? Remember that positive static? Remember the positive static stability? Y'all remember that? Okay.
That's the one that's
you will find, and here's crazy, you will find that's where the damp oscillation takes place. And what does he say the mind is again? It has oscillating waves moving back and forth. Okay. All right. So damp oscillation is connected to positive static stability. Remember, damp oscillation, it reduces with time. There's probably some more information on damp oscillation, but the most important one is the undamped. In my book, it's the undamped. What is damped again? I don't remember. Oh, influence within or upon. Some reduces, blah, 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 blah. So undamped oscillation is a motion without any damping force. Remember, because the key word is undamped. Undamped. So it's a motion without any damping force acting on it, and it remains constant throughout the motion. So check this. That's undamped. That's positive static. That's positive static and neutral. Oh, I got to get y'all to that one. Oh, I ain't give y'all neutral. I ain't give y'all dynamic yet. Oh, y'all gotta look up dynamic. Oh, but anyway, but basically positive static, undamped oscillation is key. Is very key. So you have damped and you have undamped, because some people can keep going regardless of what the fuck is happening. You understand? No matter what disturbance shows the fuck up, they're going to keep going. So we have the damp and the undamped that has come into your stability. So now you have to figure out naturally what you are. You know what I'm saying? So, does your mind oscillate kind of like an undamping oscillation, or does it deal with a damp oscillation. You know what I'm saying? Where something influenced you or outside of you is upon you, and newbie call drop. But goddamn, it reduces something that happens to your motherfucking ass. It's so much. You know what I'm saying? So now we have to figure out how this mind of ours is watch the mind, and you will see. You know, just like one that initially stays in that new attitude when it's been disturbed. We're dealing with some the damping and the oscillation takes place with stability forces. I'm going to use stability. With stability, dealing with the undisturbed forces is what you have to figure out now, boys and girls. Okay? And then the undamped. That means that it's a motion without any damping force acting on it. That means you remain constant throughout the motion. So regardless of the disturbance that takes place, this is what we call positive static, positive static or neutral dynamic. But at the end of the day, based on the oscillation, the undamped oscillation will have your ass to keep going no matter what happens. You know what I'm saying? You will stay in motion without any damping force acting on it. Outside disturbance, you remain constant throughout the motion. It doesn't matter. Can y'all follow that? Was that too much? Yay, nay. Can y'all follow that? No? You didn't get it? Damp, undamp, oscillation, the mind, waves, send out waves. Then you say it sends out waves. Then I said it. It sends out waves and shit. Right. And time is involved here. Time is involved in all of this, in all that we do. Even if the example or the example was the 5-minute phone call that interrupted your natural way, your natural course of calling. Time is important here, right? Time. Yeah, the damper force throws it off, and I need that definition again, newbie. But the undamped oscillation, dealing with negative stability or positive stability, yeah. So it's so many different, I guess, levels to this shit. So just watch how this shit operates around you and with you and in you. I say personally, the key is have the brain oscillating the brain too, but operating at an undamped oscillation. So regardless of what happens, all the disturbance that take place, you will keep moving. You will remain constant throughout the motion regardless of what happens. That is the most important. You know what I'm saying? So you're undamped oscillating regardless of the disturbances that takes place. Can you keep going? You know what I'm saying? A motion without any damping force acting on it remains constant throughout the motion. So remember that disturbance or that force that we're talking about that comes in your life. You know what I'm saying? It's either a an undamped oscillating force, or a divergent oscillation that takes place. This determines whether or not you're in a negative static stability or neutral static stability or a positive static stability. So that force is what we're going to call damped oscillation, undamped oscillation, or divergent oscillation. So do you return back to your original state? Do you continue away from the original state after being disturbed? Do you now have a new attitude once being disturbed? And in all of that, you're dealing with oscillation. All of that, damped oscillation takes place. Undamped, damped, or divergent oscillation. Amazing, right? Okay? I prefer to be in that undamped oscillation at times. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some forces that will shut you the fuck down. Okay? And when we think of divergent, what are we thinking? What are we thinking? When we think of divergent, huh? Anybody? Divergence or divergent? What do we think when we think of divergent? Do I need to pull it up? Do I need to look it up? Two ways, right? Now think of that two ways and think of the oscillating at the same goddamn time. Oscillate is to move back and forth, sway, like a pendulum, right? Back and forth, right? Let me look up divergent since newbie call drop. Divergent. Look, a whole bunch of movies popped up for these humans. They done took over. Tending to be different. Divergent. Tending to be different or develop in different directions. Differing, varying, different. Divergent. Now, I'm typing the word physics, motherfucker, because PHI. Let's get the physics definition for divergent. Y'all ain't gonna even get this shit. The total amount of flux escaping an infinitesimal volume at a point in a vector field as the net flow of air from a given region. Gotta go somewhere else. Diverging from each other, differing from each other, from a standard. We need to get something a little bit more, they're using words, dimensional field. In the physical term, the divergence of the three-dimensional vector field is the extent to which the vector field flow. Basically, it's an oscillation whose amplitude increases with time. Divergent. So we're dealing with differences. No limit, having no limit, no convergent. That's in math, by the way. A drawing point, as lines extending from a common center. Difference, disagreement, evolutionary biology, the development of dissimilar traits or features. All right. So what can we get from divergence oscillation? We need to look it up. Divergence oscillation. I prefer to keep it pushing at the end of the fucking day. So everybody is stable. That's the moral of the story. Even a homeless motherfucker is stable. Okay? You ain't the only one. Everything is inheritability to stabilize. It's stable. Okay? The only thing is what happens when the outside disturbance come in. What takes place. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Do you return back? Well, it's an inheritability to return or not to return. That's stability. After being disturbed. So what do? That's the point. Y'all like that? That done Nicoleone, baby. I learned that. I saw it as life when I learned that shit last night. Okay. I'll mute real quick, Zena. You like that? That was my good. Did it help? Yay? Nay?
Yeah,
No?
that was good. It reminded me of something that I want to go back and study, but definitely that was on point, Don. Actually, it's something I wanted to ask you about a while ago anyway, so I'm gonna go back and study it. But it's the double slit experiment, where the mind basically the mind don't like to be watched, as Dr. York always said, and they scientifically had proved it through this experiment, and they plan on using it as a form of mind control also. But that's very interesting what you're saying right now.
Why are weak men such a problem?
Well, weak people are a problem.
Hold on, sorry, I'm deleting shit. So what happened, what we learned is, what I got from it is the same shit with the dollar bill and what I got from it was the dollar bill on the table. I think it was Newton. I'm not sure. The dollar bill on the table, that's and the beer bottle on top. Okay, I'll never forget that. I was sitting in the house and I actually did it. I put the dollar bill on the table. I put the beer bottle on top of it. right? And trying to figure out how to fucking remove it without, because I'm the outside force, and my mission is only to take the dollar bill, which the beer bottle is on, without even the dollar bill, the beer bottle knowing that I came and disturbed it. You know what I'm saying? So when I did this damn test to see how I can take it, of course the beer bottle fell and all that other type of shit. Then I went online to figure out how they was able to remove the dollar bill from this is important, from the beer bottle. And all they did was gently, without disturbing the beer bottle, took the foundation the beer bottle was standing on, which is the dollar bill, without the beer bottle even fucking knowing. We ripped it from you. We took it from you without you even knowing. You understand? Did it in a peaceful fucking manner. Because when you think of disturbance, you think of rah, 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 right? Right? Mm-hmm. But you have a disturbance that is so smooth, so deceptive, so cunning, that you'll never even know that what you was once, the foundation, I think somebody mentioned foundation too, as stability. What was once your foundation or your stability was ripped away from you. It was ripped away in such a way you didn't even fucking know they took it. That's when I started getting more interested in physics, because I have to study how they come at you. You have to study how they come at you. Now, the only study that I did of how they come at you was only based on my past. You know what I'm saying? Because we have so many things, or so many, let's say gifts or talents or just possessions naturally given into us, or inheritance, and it's just resting there. And somebody could easily come, an outside force could take it without you even knowing. So I had to travel back to look at how these outside forces, which is people, came in my life without me even knowing they're there, but not knowing that they came for a purpose to either peacefully, subtly, deceptively take this that I'm resting on, which would be the dollar bill as an example, without me even knowing, without a shake, without me even knowing I was disturbed, that it was taken from me. And that's when I started looking at physics like, this shit is life. And some are so cool with it, so subtle with it, so smooth with the shit, that they'll even, get you to think that it's irrelevant. It's not as important as it is. They really fucking good. That's when I first saw that shit. Like, damn. And I saw that's how I said, I got to remember how they come. And of course, there's stories that's been told down, right, J1, forever, about how they came to our land, which is what they call America today, and literally took it so smooth or harshly or disturbed or by force and all of that, and poisoned, gave us something that we thought that may have been a hell of a lot more valuable. Because again, once we get deeper into oscillation and value, you'll find the word value is there. And value also deals with time, right? And velocity was in one of the definitions of damping. Damping simply because we're dealing with what? The distance. What's velocity again? The distance of something of a unit or some old shit. Fuck, I don't know. I can't remember. But the whole point of it is, I had to look and see how the fuck this shit happened to me. And in order to really know how it happened, you have to understand physics. You have to understand physics and how smooth that shit is. So they stole your land. Now they taking your blood. They doing everything. This is a whole nother type of outside force, let alone the outside forces that the regular motherfuckers that we let in. You know what I'm saying? And we can't wait to get back to our original stability, or, or move on to a whole new stability because of being disturbed. The velocity of an object is the rate of change of its position with respect to the frame. No. It's one-liner. Velocity is one-liner. I promise you it's one-liner. It's a one-line definition. I used to say it all the time now. I can't remember what the fuck it is. It's a one-liner. It's like the unit of speed, something, the amount of speed an object gets to reach at a certain something. I can't say right now. But anyway, I'm up out of here. I hope that helps. So you got stability. We all have stability. Now we got to figure out what the state of stability we in. You know what I'm saying? Where you keep going, but don't forget to add the damp to it. How important is that? That's very important. You gotta add the damp to it. That's how important it is. I'm Don Nicoleone signing out, man. The man of the hour is up next. Y'all have an awarding day. And I'll see you in the new day, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, right here on WGAG Radio.
WGAG Radio.